Welcome back to another episode of the We Love Gaming podcast. I believe this is episode 103. I'm your co-host, Godly Sovereign. Of course, today I have with me Sir Knight. What's good, my man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Just living that summer life.
Enjoying that Summerfest, huh?
Enjoying that Summerfest, man. And the
Yeah.
E3 season, pretty much, even though E3 doesn't exist, it's still like E3
Still stuff
season.
popping. Yeah.
This is still that time of year. So it's been it's been a great week, dude.
Yo,
really
man,
good. How about you?
It's been hot as shit, bro. Like super hot, man. It's like this is like the first week where it's just been like smoldering outside, like the entire time, morning and night, and it's crazy, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like graduation. I guess it's like graduation month or whatever.
Season,
but
kind of like graduation season.
Yeah, but there's I had like mad graduations this week. I had 2 of them and stuff. And man, it's like today I had my daughter's graduation and it was outside. It was like shit, dude.
Bro, you think that's bad, homie? Let me
I
tell you
was
this.
melting, bro.
Someone had their wedding out. We went to this friend of the family. I didn't know her, but it was my wife's friend. We went to this wedding, and they had it in a dirt field, pretty much.
Oh,
no tree in sight.
Smoldering hot
at 3:00.
Ooh, man! So
the
peak sun.
That's when it started. So we're all out there in the sun, sitting there baking for like an hour and a half, dude. And then
wait, no canopy or nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. That's
I'm
tough,
like,
man.
Are you kidding me? Like, this serious?
I don't even know you that well, man. I don't want to be here.
I don't even know you.
You a friend of the family, man. I think I'm gonna go,
man. So true, man. Like, we had all these umbrellas trying to cover ourselves, man. So it's just crazy, dude. So yeah, I don't know what's with people, man, with these out in the sun, nothing covering heat performances.
She's 6. She's 6. So she just went from she just graduated from kindergarten to 1st grade. So she's been doing the 1st grade for a while now, but they finally had the walking, so she was able to walk for that. So,
okay. That's cool.
It was just, man, to celebrate her, moving on and whatnot. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was super quick. I was so glad it was quick, bro. Like, it started at 10. We got there probably like 9:40 or something like that. It was like mad, like just bodies everywhere. It wasn't like it was like really organized or anything. So they just had like each of the teachers come up. They would call their kids. The kids would run up there, and then they would call each of their names and hand them a little certificate or whatever. So it was like 20 minutes in. You know what I mean? My daughter's class was called, or her teacher was called, and then all of the students, got their names called or whatever. And we chuck deuces, man. We're out of there. We're not staying for nobody else's shit. Like, we're done.
Oh, that's funny. You didn't stay for the show.
Yeah, nah. Dude, it was hot out there, bro. Like, the sun is beating down. Like, they had like a canopy, but it's like one of them canopies where it got the slits. So it's sun beaming in certain areas. But and then like the area that they had to sit at in front of it was just out in the open, like nothing covering it. So it was kind of like you there. If you want to stay through like every teacher's class, you can, and then you'll be prized with snow cones or ice cream or something like that at the end.
Yeah, but that's not worth it at all.
Yeah, I'm good. Hey, we can go to Cold Stone right now.
That ain't sweetening the deal, dude. That ain't sweetening the deal.
Yeah, but it was a huge difference from my niece's graduation on Wednesday. I mean, hers was at like the Toyota Arena in Ontario, so we went there. It's like nice and cool and everything, but it was long. You know what I mean? Like, you got to listen to like 3 different kids' speeches, and then and then they start calling. I was glad that her name started with a B. You know what I mean? So it was like we didn't have to go too long, but you know what I mean? You had to sit through the whole shebang. And it was just like a total difference, you know what I mean, with this one.
Yeah,
like as soon as your kid got called, you could take your kid home. Like, they're not stuck down in the bottom of an arena or anything,
That's funny, man.
That's cool, yeah, dude. Man. It's been super hot, but my week has been good. You know, hella busy and stuff. Like last Sunday or whatever, I did get a chance to crack um Far Cry 6 open and play like a tad bit of the mission, like the first
Oh,
one or
cool,
whatever,
cool, cool.
just to get an
Have you
understanding.
were you enjoying it?
It seemed like it was cool. I just got to play it some more. Like I literally just like got into the world, got the understanding of how the story starts, and then I got Guapo, and then
Mm.
I had like that one supply drop that I had to
Hmm.
attack that area,
Hmm.
and then we got back to the camp, and then I shut it down from there. So if I can today, I'll be playing some more of it and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I think you'll like it. It's got a more living world because there's like people walking around and like cars, like an actual town, city.
Yeah, I mean, and
That's
most of
pretty
the
cool.
Far Cries have had that, where there's just people walking around, the side of the road and stuff that you can run over or,
Yeah, but it's a
shoot or
little bit
attack
more
or
like
whatever.
like a real town than just like in the jungle, like a tribe jungle or like villages. It's more like
Mm,
a town, city.
okay,
It's
got
pretty
you.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you? What games have you been able to play this weekend?
Yeah, so I started off the week playing quite a bit of Diablo Immortal, and
Okay.
I mean we're gonna have Diablo Immortal as one of our topics, so I might save a little bit of what I have to say about it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good game. I kind of wanted to know what you thought about it, but I guess you didn't really play too much of it. But I enjoyed it enough that I wanted to kind of play another ARPG, so I downloaded Path of Exiles, which I
Okay.
never really got into. But I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with that or not. I don't know how I feel about its progression system because it just seems very, very massive and like
Mm,
convoluted and hard to understand. Because it
okay.
seems like you get all your abilities from gems. So like you'll be fighting in the world,
Hmm.
and a gem will drop, and that will be your new ability. It's not like you level up and get
Oh,
new abilities, right? Like
so
in most games you level up, you get a new ability. The only abilities you get seem like they come from a gem you find.
that gem, yeah. So, is it? All right. Do you remember playing Nobody Saves the World, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, is it kind of similar to that, where like you got like a new like costume or whatever to change into, and then that's like the one that you would just run with for a while until you get a new one,
Hmm.
where it's like constantly making you change different gems or whatnot or costumes,
I don't know
or
if you
totally
actually have to
different.
switch anything. Imagine like a piece of gear falling, and that piece of gear has an ability on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you put that piece of gear on, and let's say another piece of gear falls with another ability on it. If you want like to try that new ability out, you have to put that new piece of gear on.
Right.
So
Okay. Yeah, it's the same way.
it just seems like and there's like so many socket slots. I had like 12 socket slots. So
Oh,
it's like
okay.
you're just putting gems everywhere and you're just like, "Oh my
And
gosh,
those would be all the
should I grab that?"
abilities and stuff you get
You'd
to
be like,
use.
"Do I grab that gem? I don't even know if that's a good ability or not." Like you go to a vendor, like one of the rewards is a gem. You're like,
Yeah.
"I don't even have a clue. Like I have no idea." Like it's more convoluted where like a piece of gear is much more straightforward. You have strength, stamina, intellect, and you just see those numbers go up. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, when a new piece of gear comes along, oh, when the strength number goes from 12 to 15, that's an upgrade. You don't have to like know what it does. Where like
Hmm.
here, I kind of have to know what these gems are even doing to know if it's a better ability than the ability I'm already using. Right? Like
Gotcha.
you kind of have to see it kind of work. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like I'm sure it's
Hmm.
still fun because the game's gonna be like easy no matter what. You're just killing hordes of enemies. But
Yeah.
like if you're trying to do like the best you can or min max your character, it just seems like much more convoluted. And they have like this big, massive like skill tree. So I just don't know if that's what I'm looking for. Diablo Immortals is much more inviting. So I was even thinking about maybe buying Diablo 2, because I haven't played that yet. I know Mark really
Yeah.
liked it. And
Right.
so I
Right.
was
Right.
thinking about maybe getting that. But basically, I just decided to do what I said I was going to do last week, and I
Uh huh.
fired up Red Dead Redemption 2 again. And
Okay.
so I've been putting the majority of my time into that game.
Yeah.
And golly, man, like I don't know what it is, if it's like having done playing Elden Ring,
Uh
but
huh.
I just feel like this is a great game. Like this is Elden Ring quality. Like this is the kind of level of gameplay like that I was like hungry
Mm.
for. So like I was really happy to like start playing. And I didn't start over like when you mentioned that. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna want to do that. I was like, I think he's probably right. I don't think I'm gonna want to start this whole thing over again. So
Yeah.
I just dropped in on my save. and I was
Right.
like at 30%, probably 30-something% done with the game.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was like,
not
so I
bad.
still have a whole lot of game left to play, and it was a little bit awkward at first, but you kind of get your bearings back pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I kind of figured it out pretty quickly, and so I was back in the saddle, and I was just loving every minute of
Literally.
yeah, literally back in the saddle. It's just what a perfection of a game, down to
It's
the
a great game.
sound design is absolutely superb, with the birds chirping in the background, the fog in the morning dew of the day. I mean, it's just absolutely jaw dropping, the game. I can't even believe it. Every time I play a Rockstar game, I'm always just like, I don't know, dude, these guys are wizards. I don't know
Yeah.
how they make these things. They're absolutely, it just makes me like so much more excited for GTA 6 when we talked about it, a few
Yeah.
episodes back. And I was
Right.
just like, this is such a wonderful game. I'm blown away by it. I want to I want to stay in it. Like, I think Elden Ring made me appreciate it more, honestly. Like, I just think like playing great masterpieces like Elden Ring, Red Dead, just make me appreciate them more and make me see just like, how lackluster other games are. When I was trying to play Tunic, which is a great game, but it's just nothing like this.
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
when
That's
good
how
games,
that's how I was feeling. Like you kept telling me like, oh, it's good, man, and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Like it's a solid game, but it's just not pulling me in. Like
yeah, it's a good
like what
game,
I
and like
played
you can't
before it,
deny it. It's everyone who will play it will say, yeah, that's a really good game. But when you get done playing such wonderful games like Red Dead, and you get done playing Elden Ring, you're just like, dude, nothing compares to these things. Like they're in like a tier of their own, and it's like, this is the quality I wish we got more of. So because of that, like I'm probably definitely, I'm getting ahead of ourselves, but I'm definitely going to play the Last of Us PS5 version. It's a full remake, because I'm definitely playing
Come
that
on,
over
dude. Don't
again,
do
dude.
that shit. Don't do
Dude,
that shit.
I
Don't do
love
that,
it.
bro.
I love it
Quit
so
quit
much.
throwing money at them for redoing the same game.
So this is a remake, though, man. It's a remake. It's not a remaster.
Bro,
It's a
they're not
remake.
changing. They're not changing the story. They're not changing the outcome. They're not adding any new characters in. It's gonna
No,
be the same thing. Just looks better.
no, it's
The
supposed to
game
be.
looked great
No,
before.
no, it's supposed to be new enemy AI. So the encounters are going to be more like part 2 than part 1.
Come on, come on. That can't sell you.
No,
All
and
right,
part of it is this. Part of it is this. I'll say
all
this.
right.
Part of it
Go
is this.
ahead.
I'll admit this too. It's not just because I want to like buy it again, but I feel like this is more like a collection purchase, because Last of Us is my favorite game ever made, which I've said that many times. The
Uh-huh.
original Last of Us is my favorite game ever made. Last of Us Part 2, I think, is probably one of the most technologically, in my opinion, best game maybe ever made. I mean,
Mhm.
after playing Red Dead, it's close, but like these games are like I've said before, an
You
echelon on
mean
their
Elden
own.
Ring?
Um, I'm talking about like technological
Okay.
perfection, the realism of it, like the feel of it is like the
Gotcha.
closest to real, next to Red Dead, right? Or like they're just like those types of games are just absolutely mind
Yeah.
bonkers. Like I don't
Yeah,
know how they
especially when
make
you're
these games.
looking at like the reactions that the characters are having
Yeah, just
with each other when scenes are going on.
yeah,
So
me and you raved and raved and
yeah,
raved about it.
we got it.
Yeah, we got on there 100 times. So I always just want to own those games. Like I don't actually have The Last of Us Part 1 in my collection right now. I have
You
The
don't
Last of
have
Us
it
Part
anymore?
2. No, I don't have it in my collection right now.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think I got rid of it a long time ago when I sold the PS3 to get my PS4.
Interesting. Okay.
But I want to have it in my collection because I love it so much, and I just don't have it. So I think like
Okay,
that's the thing
so
to own.
but I'm curious as to why you wouldn't just buy the PS4 version that's like old as shit and just get that instead of dropping the I don't know what probably $70 or something like that for
I have no
PS5.
idea what they're gonna pay. Just because I'm a fanboy, I'm just fanboying on it. Like that's primarily the main reason why.
All
Like the
right,
same reason why someone will buy a Switch all over again just for a new color.
all
Like
right,
I don't normally do that.
yeah.
But for this game, like, because I never do that. Like I never do this. But
That's why I'm
with
surprised,
Last
bro.
of Us, just like I'm kind of making like an exception with The Last of Us, just because like it's my favorite game. If I
Okay,
don't make the exception for my favorite game,
Then what will you
it's
make the
never gonna
exception
happen.
for?
This is never gonna happen ever. Like, so I
Sometimes
feel
it
like
don't need to happen. This is the shit that they're getting away with every time. They've released this game at least 5 times already.
And I've never bought it. This would be the first time, like, I actually, because I think I have it in the collection, like the PS Plus collection or something like that, or like it was given away for free in PS Plus, I think, at some point.
Yeah.
But like
The
that's the only
PS5
version I
collection got it
have.
on there.
I don't have the physical copy like in my collection. I really want to have it.
So you're not cracking this open then?
No, I'll crack it open. I'll play it.
So, man, I thought you was gonna try to keep a sealed copy.
That's a quick question. I don't even know if I've cracked open my Last of Us Part 2 that I have on my shelf right now.
What you mean? Like you haven't torn off the wrapper?
I can't remember if I bought it and then sold it and then bought it again, which I might have done that. I might have bought The Last of Us Part 2, sold it, and then at a later date picked it up again when I heard they made the PS5 upgrade. I think when I heard that they made it 60 frames per second for PS5, I think I rebought it. And so I don't think I've opened it up since then. So yeah, maybe the copy I have right now hasn't been opened yet. So I don't know. But I'm definitely gonna want to fire it up, man. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna do it, dude, just because yeah. Like I'll probably rebuy Knights of the Republic remake. Like I'm gonna rebuy that too.
Yeah. But that's a decade. That's probably more than a decade, right? That it's been gone.
The Last of Us Part 1 is like a decade. That's more like a decade.
Are you a decade from the last time that they did the remake? Because that bitch is remade for PS4. It ain't that far off.
Well, they've remastered KOTOR as well. Many times. They never remade The Last of Us. They've only remastered it.
Yeah,
all they have is the remastered. Yeah, they've remastered KOTOR. Yeah, they have remastered versions they launched. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm more so talking about the last time I played it. Yeah, that was 2013. So it's literally 9 years this month is Last of Us Part 1. So 10 years. It's going to be about 10 years since I played it. So it's a long time. Like I don't remember a lot of it. I remember all the big moments, but like a lot of like the minutia and stuff about it, I don't remember a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then like maybe go from part 1 to part 2 and just play them all the way through. I don't know, but
you gonna wear a Joel costume too while you're playing it?
I'm gonna cosplay it, man.
Please completely fanboy it out, man.
Yeah, dude, definitely, man. I gotta role play it hard. I gotta be an RPer here.
You gotta dive in, man.
Nah, but dude, like all I'm saying is like Red Dead Redemption is just giving me more of a passion for these kind of games. I think like I'm looking forward to playing Red Dead more and finishing it up. It's like, gosh, man, just loving it even more than I did before. So that's kind of like where I'm at.
I'm surprised that you were able to play it and not finish it, bro. Like I had to finish it when I was playing it. I played that thing till I was done.
So you went all the way to the end of the story? Yeah.
I was like, I want to see the story. You know what I mean? And yeah, after a while, like doing so much of the other bullshit in the world, like could take so much of your time. It can really consume your time. But at a certain point, I was like, okay, I think I've like done like quite a lot. You know what I mean? I've experienced a lot of these hidden things that have been in the world. I've ran across a lot of weird shit, and I want to just see the end of the story. So I just made straight beelines towards each of the main plots or whatever, you know, each of the main missions to see how it went and whatnot. And it was a cool ending. But yeah.
I don't know the ending. Like I said, I was only about 31% done with the story. So like,
that's crazy. You got a lot more to do.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, I got carried away. I was hunting animals. I was doing all the side missions. Like,
it's a lot of stuff.
After you jump like 40 hours and you're only 30% done, you're kind of like ready to play something else. I think that's probably what happened. You know, like you're just kind of ready to play a new game. But I've been doing the majority of the main lines in this one, just kind of like play through it and get to the end. Dude, like you get so much money in that game. I don't know what to spend it on. I've literally bought every upgrade in the ledger. I bought like every expensive gun I could, all the attachments for it, like an expensive horse. I don't know what to spend all this money on. I'm like, what do we do with all this money? Like,
Yeah. After a point, it becomes like money's not an object, and that's what I liked about it. Also, like it shouldn't be tight for you after a while. You know what I mean? Like you should just be able to enjoy the game. Like when you're trying to scrounge and scrape up, dollar after dollar just to be able to pay for an upgrade. You know what I mean? It can be tedious. Like
mhm.
let me do that for a while, but then make it to the point where I just get a huge cash flow, and I'm like good. You know, so I like that on it.
Yeah, I was playing and I was thinking to myself, I don't understand, man. I don't know. I'm gonna be a little bit of a dead horse. We've already hammered this game hard, but I don't know how like anyone can play Red Dead Redemption 2 and then play Ghost of Tsushima and like think like that's a great open world game. Like I just don't understand, man, how people can do that because like I don't see how they can't see. I guess like what I'm seeing when I play Red Dead, like
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
just so incredible.
when you look at the world, right, of Ghost of Tsushima compared to Red Dead Redemption's world, it's totally different. You know, what I mean, you had so many different events that took place in Red Dead Redemption that made it interesting just to travel. As far as Ghost of Tsushima goes, all you're doing is, you may come across those
It's just the same thing over and over
spots for
again.
like
Yeah,
those legendary
like the same
weapons or
five
something like
things
that,
over and
but
over again.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
coming across the same people in the same situations, just in different areas of the map,
Hmm.
and it's the same type of scenarios and stuff like that. It's not versatile. Like there's legit ass like awesome random characters that you can come across, or awesome random situations, or just sites, like something where the area tells a story on its own, and you
Hmm.
got to try and piece together what you think happened and stuff like
Dude, and
that.
it's
And
all
that's
like
what made it awesome
brilliantly
in that world.
well written. It's not like they didn't like get lazy on like side quests. Like
Yeah.
stuff that you may never ever see or experience. They like put high quality writing and
Hmm.
interesting work into it. That's what blows me away. Like
Yeah.
there's just zero laziness in that game. Like Ghost of Tsushima, I was like, this is the difference. I remember in Ghost of Tsushima, they were trying to doing some of that, where like on your way there, you'd be chatting. And I remember just being like so bored out of my mind with that. But I'm not with Red Dead. Like I'm interested in what they're talking about. Like
Yeah.
the voice acting's incredible. I'm like,
Hmm.
this is the difference then. So it's not just that I don't like, it's not like I hate when they do that. It's when it's how it's done. How well is it
Yeah.
executed? Like that's the difference. And like I
And
totally
how
agree.
how relevant it is to the
Like
current situation.
riding, when you ride from like once, it's like the zone, it changes in a natural way, but it looks different and new. But it's like, oh my gosh, this seems just as real and authentic as the last mile I was riding. But it's a
Mhm.
whole different zone where I swear, like in Ghost of Tsushima, like you see that copy and pasted tree, that same tree like a million times. Like
You
I
see
don't
the
think
copy and
any
pasted
two
villager,
things.
man.
Yeah, the
That's what
copy and
I hated
pasted
the most.
villager.
The copy and
I
pasted
don't think
villager. It's
there's
the
two
same
things that are
motherfucker getting
alike.
stuck and put on his knees and held at sword point.
I
You know
know,
what I
dude. I don't
mean?
even want to
Getting
relive
robbed
it. I
for
don't want to
and looking
relive
for
it,
help.
man.
Like,
I
man,
know,
f you,
dude.
dude. You need to
And
be dead by now, bro. You
the
getting
same
caught too many
freaking
times.
words spoken as well, like the
Yes,
same lines.
exactly,
Every villager, regardless of where they are on the island, it's like you all say the exact same line. Like
dude.
this is so lazy. Give me a
I would
break.
have I would have actually appreciated it more if they had incorporated that samurai and ghost role a little bit more. So whereas if you kept
Yeah, I mean we
assassinating
hammered
people,
it for that
people
too.
didn't want to fuck with you. They see you and
Yeah,
they run because you the ghost of Tsushima. You that motherfucker that just killed that dude over there. Like
yeah.
I'm out
There's
of here.
nothing, dude.
I'm
I
not even
hundred,
taking
dude.
you. I'm dipping. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and if you
there's
just do
no
all the samurai
dynamic.
stuff, they bowing to you and thank you, and what I mean, my life is devoted to you. You go to a village or something like that. That's your, I don't know, something. You know what I mean? Like, it just was the same exact interactions. Like,
Yeah,
and it didn't
nothing
matter
dynamic at
how
all.
you handled the levels or the missions. They forced you to do the assassination stuff, or they made it too easy to not assassinate. Almost like
You had to.
accidental button mashing. You know what
You
I mean?
had to
Mashing
assassinate.
buttons, you would end up assassinating something.
It
You know
was
what
a
I mean?
joke easy.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it just made it so that like the interactions with your uncle in the store, it wasn't good. Like,
Yeah, like there's
you know,
nothing. It's so hard to like to just try to explain how brilliant Red Dead is. Like I remember one instance, you probably had the same experience. There's some dude, I was riding my horse in the middle of nowhere. Some
Mhm.
dude comes running out of the forest screaming, help me, I just been bit. I've just been bit by a snake or whatever. And I get off my
Yeah, I remember
horse
this
and you
like
can
that.
like shoot him and rob him if you want. You can do whatever you want. Or
Or
you
you
can
can
try
give
to
him the
help him
antidote.
and you can give him an antidote, or you can like try to suck the venom out of his leg. And so like I gave him a an antidote, and then he just leaves, and you go on with your merry way. 3 hours later, I mean multiple hours later, I show up in this town, and then in the background you hear this, hey, that's you, that's the guy over there, that's him.
Yeah.
You're like, what the heck? You're looking around, and then you see the dude over there on like the store porch sitting with the dude chatting, and he says, "Come on over here, come over here."
Yeah.
It's so authentic, and
It's
like
so
it's
weird. Yeah.
so dynamic because like it's like an authentic experience. It's not like you said, like it's not rehearsed. You see your effect on the world. Like people you interacted remember you in like
Hmm.
a real authentic way. I mean, it's just like these types of things are so awesome. And like
Yeah.
that's why like I don't care when Rockstar takes 10 years to make a game because they're so great. And all we get are these little, we get so comfortable, I feel like, with these copy and paste Ghost of Tsushima type games,
Yeah, because
man.
they do it so
And
damn much. Yeah.
they do it so much. And I think just Elden Ring just like broke me out of that. Like, come on, like enough is enough. Elden Ring, there's nothing copy and paste about Elden Ring.
Dude,
Like
that's what
every
I keep
zone's
trying to
unique,
tell people that, like,
you
bro,
know?
even if you think you don't fuck with the game, my guy, like, it's legit ass peon groups, plenty of peon groups everywhere, and they don't do the same thing. Like, you
Nah.
can't come across the same groups of the same types of people in a totally different area and then expect them to do like the same moves. Like, they have a totally different move set. They're literally groups of guys in certain areas, and it's not like it's a shitload of them. It's like the right amount, and
Right.
that's just the areas that they're in. You know what I mean? And you won't see them in other places where they shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like those guys with the freaking suits of armor and the shield and the sword. They're in front of the castle. They're around the castle. They're not anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like they're just not throwing them everywhere just to try to overpopulate the area just to give you bullshit to chop down. You know what I mean? Like they're in the areas that correlate to them and whatnot.
Yeah,
But
and it's perfectly tuned combat. Perfectly tuned.
yeah, but one of the most memorable moments for me with Red Dead Redemption was when I was like riding through the bayous, and I came across like the swamp areas and stuff, and it was dark at night, and it was really foggy, and I came across a certain area where there was like bodies just strung up like all down this little strip, and I was like, dude, that is crazy. So I got off my horse and I walked over to the bodies, and some of the bodies had loot on them, so I'm like patting them bitches
Yeah.
down like you know what I'm saying, I'm getting my little change and stuff, and
Get a
I'm
little sound.
yeah, it was like three or four of them in an area, so I'm patting them down and stuff, man. And I patted one body down, and then I got my stuff, and I'm like, okay, I think that's the last one. I turn around, boop, I just got killed. Like, it was three dudes who had came up out of the swamp, and it was a trap because I stuck around to loot those bodies. Those dudes came and killed me. And I was like, yo, what the hell? Like, that was
That's crazy.
unexpected. And I tried to go back over to that area, and the event didn't happen again for me. It was just
Yeah,
a
that's
random ass
that's
event
similar.
at a
That's similar to
random
like
time.
Skyrim, right? Like you get knocked out by the Assassin's Brotherhood, and you wake up in that shack,
Yeah,
and like you had to make some decisions. Like that's what's so sick about those games, man. That like
exactly.
no other companies do the brilliance like that, and that's why another reason why I'm so dang pissed that Starfall's delayed because I was looking forward to that
Starfield,
experience
yeah.
this year. Starfield, yeah. So I don't know. I've
Especially
just
in
really
our
been
first playing
appreciating Red
experience.
Dead. Perfect summer game. I know it's like a few years old, but still so great. Um, anyways, what you been playing, man?
Nice, man. Yeah, that Far Cry 6. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I just tested a little bit of that. Like I said, the week's just been busy and whatnot, so
yeah,
I haven't really had a chance to play. I am gonna try to play some Far Cry 6 this weekend, and also I started playing Cyberpunk 2077 again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to see if I can get a chance to finish that. But yeah, enough of that. We got a good show today. Quite a few things to talk about. A lot of stuff that we're gonna have to like skim over and whatnot, just because it's so much. But because
Yeah, and
it's
next
summer.
week's gonna be just as busy, dude.
Yeah, because
We got
summer's
the
Game
Xbox
Fest is still
showcase.
going
We
and
got
whatnot,
Xbox
and
showcase this Sunday, so lots
yeah,
of things to talk about, man.
right, yeah. So we got some Diablo Immortal stuff, some God of War Ragnarok, some Game Pass information that's really interesting, and that Summer Game Fest. So before we get into any of that, let's go ahead and get into this intro. I love gaming. So, for the first topic of the day, we have Diablo Immortal, and apparently it costs $110,000 to fully gear up in a free-to-play game. That is crazy, man. Like I tried a little bit of this game, like Ray was saying. Ray's played more of this, so I definitely want to hear his opinion on this, and like if he sees how that's even possible or whatnot. But that sounds crazy, dude. Like I understand the games are free to play, and but this is also a big company, so they should have kind of done that a little bit different. It seems like you would just be making like skins and shit that people could get to cost more, but not to like actually like be top tier in this game for it to cost 110,000. Who is doing that? I don't see anybody dropping that much on this game for that unless they're doing YouTube and and the views and the likes are paying for all of their upgrades. But like, how do you feel about this, man?
Yeah, I was really blown away. Someone actually did all the math and found out that this is what it would cost you to like fully gear up in Diablo. Like
Yeah,
this is so poorly tuned. I don't think okay. I think it was a while ago. We were talking about another pay to win, not pay to win, but free game. And we were talking about their shop. And someone had did the math that if you purchased every piece of cosmetic, everything in the shop, it was like remember like $10,000 something dollars. And
yeah.
like people were like losing their mind over that. And we were like, this is really stupid because you never buy every cosmetic item. You buy like one or two. Like whoever just goes into like, Walmart and says, what
Let
would
me
it
get the
cost
whole
to buy
side of
every
story.
item in here? Like no
Yeah,
one ever does that. You buy the few things you want and you leave.
right.
Right. And like, so that's what's stupid. But this is actually more legitimate because this is what you actually need to do to like actually get your character to able to progress to like end game. Like
Mm.
it's not just like cosmetics or clothes. It's not like going into Ross and
Yeah.
picking some clothes for cosmetics. This is like to get you better, you know? And so basically the way it works, and I didn't think there were loot boxes, but I actually think that there are, and they're very cleverly hidden. Like I swear, it's like Blizzard like is trying to find a way to loophole around like the loot box stigma, but
So what do you mean?
it's
Like, how
too
is it hidden?
obvious. Okay, so basically it's like this. So none of the gear you can buy. So you can't buy any pieces of armor, right?
Okay.
So that is completely through playing the game, and that's fun. However, the most powerful things in the game are the legendary gems. Like those are the things that like augment your character to do like massive amounts of damage.
So like
Like
stats and stuff like that is what it
it's not
augments.
just stats, like they augment you. Like maybe like if you have like a level 5 gem, like maybe you have like a high percentage chance on every hit to like all of a
Okay.
sudden get empowered with like lightning and
Uh
just
huh.
burn everything. And if you have
Okay.
like a level 5 gem, that's procking and you're just like OP versus
Yeah.
like someone who doesn't have that, right? They're just playing with the normal abilities. They don't have like OP things like that. So like the
Okay.
the legendary gems are like really really powerful. Okay, like these are the things that you really want to really push end game content, right? And the only way to really get them is by buying these things called legendary or these legendary crests. And what you do is you probably remember in Diablo 3 you open a rift And in Diablo 3, the base game, once you completed the rift on a certain like difficulty level, it was a guaranteed legendary gem drop.
Right.
Well, in Diablo Immortal, you do the same exact thing. You open a rift, and if you buy a crest, which is like $2, at the end of the rift, you'll get one legendary gem.
Okay.
But what made it a freaking loot box is you can get a ranking 1 to 5 stars. So you're basically playing your loot box. So imagine like instead of just buying a loot box and popping it right now, you just have to wait until you get to the end of the dungeon, then it pops for you. Like that's the only difference really between like a normal loot box and what Blizzard has done here. Because
and so if you don't buy those crests, there's no way to get one of those gems at the very end.
It's like it's like a 1% or like 0.1. Like I think a 0.1, like almost ridiculously small chance of getting.
Okay, so you have a small chance of getting a legendary gem, and then there's an even smaller chance of getting that 5-star or that 5.
It's like 0.1, I believe, for it to even be a 5-star. So first you have to get it to drop.
It's like double RNG.
It's literally mathematically like absurd. Like you'd have to play for years to even probably get one 5-star gem without paying money. Like it's equivalent of 0. So and they did that on purpose. They want you to buy these crests. But it's kind of like I watched Asmongold, he played it, and they let you stack the crests, dude. So like you know how I said you put one crest in and you get your legendary gem at the end? Well, they let you stack like 10. You can like throw 10 legendary crests in there and do your run. And then each one will proc at the end. So you get like all this loot. And then like you're looking at each gem to see which one is a 5-star. You're trying to see which one was a 5-star. And like you didn't get any 5 stars. They got like a 2-star. It's like the best you did. And that was a $20 rift. Like that one rift was $20. And he didn't get a single 5-star gem.
Right.
So basically, then what you do is you take the gems that you've received, and you can use them to empower your gem to upgrade them.
To upgrade that one to a 5-star.
Yeah, like so there's a gem that you want or whatever, you can empower it. It takes like a whole bunch of gems. So this is why a fully geared character they're saying cost around 110. Because if you just kept buying rifts, you would just use all those gems you got and you would like empower, right? And you would get like your character up. But that's how many gems it would take. It's like an absurd amount. And so this just kind of is like massively discouraging. You're just like, you know, if you play for free, there's like no chance.
It should be like the crests are like bettering your chances of getting something or whatever. I mean, I guess in a sense it is because it's guaranteeing you get it, but there should just be better odds for not having a crest.
They have a rare crest that you can get daily, one a day. They give you one of these a day, and that gives you a 10% chance of giving one gem at the end of your run. So the legendary crest guarantees you getting a gem at the end of every rift. Your rare crest gives you a 10% chance of getting a legendary gem in your run.
So you would basically have to do a rift a day with that rare crest and hope that you can proc the gem, that at least proc a gem. And then you can save up your gems after
if you did it every day, if you did it,
empower one.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's if you get lucky enough to be able to get a gem.
Years, because you're saying, dude, you're logging in every day. So let's say you logged in, man, you were on top of it. You were religious. You logged in every day like you prayed.
Every day,
and you got your freaking rare crest. You got 3 legendaries that month, right? Because you get one, it's 10%. That's basically means you're going to get about one every 10 days. You get 3 gems a month. And I don't know how many it takes, but it takes like a whole bunch to empower a month. So that means you got like 30 for the whole year. They're all level 1s. You're not getting a level 5 ever. I don't think you even got a level 2, right? So like that's how stupid it is. And like the guy who's buying everything is like, you would never want to play PvP in this game. Like just stick to PvE. Because you're just going to get crushed.
Because those dudes who are going to dump money into it are just going to be nice.
Dude. They're going to wreck hard. So, like, that's what kind of makes me like, damn, dude, like, I just don't know if I have that stamina to want to do that. I rather it be like Diablo 3, right? Where let me just pay $40 for the game, and give me access to the gems. Like I just play a rift and I get a gem, just like Diablo 3. Like you don't have to worry about like buying. But I think I think they were trying to model this kind of like after Hearthstone, right? But it's not quite the same because like so in Diablo Immortals, if you use a legendary crest, okay, and you get your gem at the end of the rift, if you haven't got a 5-star gem after your 50th legendary crest spent, it's guaranteed to proc after that. So like if you've gone 49 runs and you bought a crest, so what is that, $100? Because it's $2, I think, a crest. You spent like $100 and you haven't got a single 5-star yet. Number 50 is a guarantee. It's like there's like a ceiling to make sure that you get one. So you get a 5-star, right?
Okay.
So that's one 5-star, and it's probably not even going to be the one that you want.
So $100 per 5-star legendary.
Yes, basically think of it that way. $100 per 5-star legendary. Hearthstone, they have their cap at 20 packs. So every pack is $2 in Hearthstone. Every 20 packs, if you haven't got a legendary card, they give you one. But like that's a lot lower than 50. Yeah. Right? And also, one of the big differences is too, in Hearthstone, every card you got is like playable. Like you're able to play on an even kill. Like you don't need legendary cards to like be competitive in Hearthstone. In this, it's like to be competitive in any PvP scenario, you're going to need level 5 gems, right? And so it's like it's just different. I don't know why they made it 50. They need to retune that. They need to drop that down a lot, down to like 15 or 20 at most.
Yeah, right? Because if you made it cheaper or at least made the threshold lower, it would at least entice people to want to keep doing it to get, you know, all of the 5-star gems to be able to, you know, play around with a nice build or something like that. But making it so high and whatnot for like guarantees or for it to even become like profitable or, you know, reasonable, it just seems like it would deter people from doing it. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You get videos like that, you know, where guys just are like, hey, this is 110K to be able to get up to this point. I'm not doing it. You don't do it. Dude, you know what I mean?
That's like a gambling. Imagine, like, that's like what happens when someone's like a gambling addict. They ruin their home. Like, they spend their mortgage, they refinance their house. Like, that's the kind of money we're talking about here. Like, absurd amounts of money. Yeah. Like, people ruining their families to do something like that.
I think about that stuff, too, sometimes when, like, you know, because I play a lot of mobile games. And a lot of them, you know, will be advertised or whatever. And you're like, oh, that looks cool. You know, let me check it out. And, you know, you download it or whatever. And then if you just look at, like, their store, sometimes, you know, there's a lot of them that have the $1 purchase. You purchase something for $1 and you get, like, 60 gems. And then this one character or this one item or whatever. And they've always got just one. That gives you like a bonus. Yeah. Something to so that they can at least get $1 from every person who's downloaded the game. Right. But I've seen some where there's no dollar. There's like $8, $10 to purchase this thing. And I think, like, what in your mind thought that you were going to get this sale? Like, I feel like the $1 is so easy to just reach a bunch of people. If you've got 75K downloads, you should have $75,000 because at least everybody, the majority of people will be willing to pay $1 for the game that you provided for them for free, even though you're bombarding them with a shit ton of ads and stuff like that. So you're collecting revenue from that. But you know what I mean? $1,
I agree.
You know 100%. That's easy to give somebody.
Diablo does that too. I've spent $2 in Diablo Immortal. So at the end of every like dungeon, dungeon boss. So you have like your storyline quest, which you know in Diablo 3. You know, in Diablo 3, you were doing your quest line in the beginning zone, and the very final boss was the Skeleton King. Yeah. So it took you a while to get there, but once you got to the final boss, you killed the Skeleton King. He explodes with loot. Well, it's the same exact thing. You do your quest line, and you get to the final end. You have a boss, and then once you kill that boss, he gives you your loot, and then the screen will cut to like a storefront. And it'll say one-time purchase $1.99 to get this additional items. and it will say like plus 800% additional value from this boss kill, and you're just like, oh, why would I not buy it?
Yeah. It's
That
like,
value, but
800% is awesome.
oh
It's
wow,
800 of 0
800%.
though.
Dang. Like
Yeah.
how would I? It's $1. Why would I not? And so like I've always bought them. But the reason why I buy them is not because I'm sold by the 800% value. But when I'm getting some hours of fun out of the game, like I do feel a measure of obligation to throw them $1, right? Like I don't mind throwing them
or
$1.
even willingness, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just willing.
It's
like
not.
clearly,
It's not really there's any sweat off of my.
yeah, I've enjoyed my time. Yeah, I've enjoyed the last couple hours. Sure, here's $1. Like I'm playing this for free. Like so, I am not against at all these like money shops and like even to a degree some pay to win. I'm mad at that. This is absurd. This isn't like they're asking you for, how much a normal game costs, $60 worth of value to level all the way, or like $100. You spend $100 and you're going to be like pretty much max character. That's all reasonable to me. It's when you're asking for thousands, tens and tens of thousands of dollars that I'm just shocked. I feel like this is once again, it's a catastrophe for Blizzard again. They only ever take L's. What is going on, dude? It's L after L after L with Blizzard. And it's a shame because it's a really fun game to play. I really enjoy it a lot. It plays just like Diablo 3 on your freaking phone. So it's AAA quality on your phone or iPad. Like, I commend them for that. I appreciate them for that. I have always wanted AAA quality games on my iPad. I love my iPad, and I feel like there's just so few games to play on it. I am just playing my Xbox on it. I wish there was like more games. I wish it was more like a Switch. Like you had developers making like high quality games for the iPad. You just don't. And so like I like Immortals for that. And then you read stuff like this and just like, dude, man, like I don't want to be attributed to that. Like I don't want to be a part of that. Fix it, and then maybe I'll come back. And so.
Yeah, it definitely deters me from wanting to really spend any time, devoting, to playing it, because it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to be strong as I need to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be this little pissant running around.
It doesn't matter how much fun I'm having. It's kind of like I'm spinning my wheels, right?
Yeah, if I can't even do like good numbers on the leaderboard, get up into like the top 100 without paying money, then this is like, it doesn't even feel enticing enough, But hey, if you got 110K, man, go for it. 5-star that shit up. It looks like you could apparently just drop 110K and just do one rift, and then you'll be maxed out. Like you just dump all your crests into one rift, go in there heavy, and then just instantly 5-star gym that up. Can you imagine how much loot would be dropping? Like your screen would just be freezing.
Dungeon in every corridor. Take you all day.
Well, you would start jumping on top of stuff. I don't even know what it would do. Like if you don't have any more like room in your bag. Like would it get sent to you in a mailbox or something like that?
Yeah, your stash, your mailbox.
And then does the stash have like a limit on that too?
I think 10 crest is the limit. I think 10 crest is the limit.
Okay.
And that was a lot of loot that dropped for him, dude. Like it was quite a bit that dropped.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. But so let us know down in the comments below, man. Would you drop 110K on any game that's like a free-to-play game or whatever, Genshin Impact, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. Would you drop 110K if devs gave you a game for free? Let us know down below. Moving on to the next topic. Yeah, it better be some no's. It better be all no's. For the next topic,
all knows, man.
We got God of War Ragnarok, and it looks like it could be a possibility that it's delayed. Last week we were talking about how it had got like rated in like Korea or something like that, and so we're like, oh yeah, dude, that they're spending money on this game to get it rated. Like it's got to be closer and closer to getting out. Like it might be for a short thing that we get this out this year, and that would be dope. But there's this tweet right here saying that God of War Ragnarok changed their release date from September 30th to December 31st, and that it's just a technical placeholder. It's not even like
Yeah,
Rich
I mean,
guys
when you
confirmed.
see a game coming out and it's supposed to come out in like 2022, and they
Hmm.
just like go to GameStop.com and it says when it's releasing, they just put the very last day of the year 2022. That's
Yeah,
what this is. It's just like it's like supposed to release in 2022, but they put up, just it's the placeholder date.
yeah.
So everyone is like, damn it. Does that mean we're not seeing it this year? Are they gonna change it on us again?
Yeah, why would you give such a late day? I mean, you could even do better with this with November 28th or something like that. Like, why are you waiting until, December 31st, or why are you even allowing for a placeholder date to be put up there, man? If it's not a possibility that your shit is going to get postponed, delayed
Yeah,
even further.
I think this it has to be a delay of some kind, right? Like I think
I
this
don't
is
know.
probably like for sure, meaning we're not seeing it September 30th. But I can't imagine them not trying to capitalize on that Starfall delay
Starfield?
to
Yeah.
be like Starfield. I keep saying Starfall. I keep saying Starfall, dude. It's so funny. Like with my job, with my homeschool job,
Yeah.
a lot of my homeschool parents in kindergarten, they choose a curriculum called Starfall. So like I keep saying,
Oh, okay. That's why it's on your head.
yeah, it's like dang it, yeah,
Yeah.
Starfield. So like Starfield, being delayed, I feel like opened up a pathway for Sony to really be like a console hero here, kind of like how they were back when Xbox tried to do away with physical games and like they kind of swooped in and said, "Hey, we're here though. We'll save the day." I feel like Sony can kind of like do that here, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they do something cool and steal the date that Starfall was supposed to launch on, and they move God of War Ragnarok onto it and be like, hey, you don't have that this day? Well, come over to
This.
PlayStation. We have God of War for you. Like, I feel like that would be the coolest thing ever. Like, if
Yeah,
they
that
did,
would
that'd
be
be the
dope.
coolest delay. Like, it'd be like a really cool. Oh, that's so sticking it to them delay. Like, it's all just for marketing purposes. It's not because they're not done. It's all just a gimmick kind of thing. That'd be the coolest delay ever.
Yeah, it's just like, but why though? Why? I mean, yeah, that'd be cool, but like, if it's ready, why even push it back? You know what I mean? Because there's nothing else coming out really. So if you're pushing it back, you're only getting closer to having to fight against like Hogwarts Legacy or some of the other shit that might end up coming out, later on this year, like that, the Callisto project and, whatever else, you know what I mean? Like those type of things are just going to be what's in your way of sales. So it's like, if you got a date that has no contenders, I would just keep it there. Like, why even push it back? But
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that would be like really funny to me.
yeah, it
Like
would be
you should
funny.
be like, okay, well, all right, this delay at least kind of has some sense to it. It's not just for like BS reasons. Like they released that stupid little infograph with the letter to the community that freaking Cyberpunk invented.
Yeah,
Now we see every company do it. It's
man.
just like you just be. I just feel like, come on, man, did some intern f up and like accidentally punch that in? I mean, why would they do that if it wasn't going to be delayed? It wasn't going to be delayed by a month or two.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know.
yeah. So I mean, this is all just speculation and it's just rumor and whatnot, going off of, things that they do regularly. They do filler spots and whatnot when they're trying to still uh, give like an estimation, of where they want to be at or whatnot. We could see a date for, way ahead of December. October would be nice or whatnot, but it's just the waiting game. So let us know in the comments down below. Would you be pissed if Ragnarok was delayed again, or do you even think that it's going to be delayed? Do you think that it's solid guarantee? They put too much dollars into it already. They're dropping it this year. I mean, why not? You don't get Game of the Year because of Elden Ring, but who cares? You get runner up or you get nominated. That still gets you eyes. But yeah, sound off and let us know down below. So for the next topic, Game Pass, man. We talked about this months ago. That they were that it was in the works, that they were talking about it and planning it. And it was just a matter of time, man. And it looks like they've started to try to roll out these apps. You know what I mean? And these smart TVs, these Samsung smart TVs, they got some kind of a deal going on with them or whatnot, which will definitely help their sales. I mean, Samsung is just a good TV already, but this makes it even more better when you got Xbox embedded into it. But yeah, man. I mean, the fact that you could just have your Xbox Game Pass account, sign in, and then start playing is awesome. Playing all cloud games. Of course, the main thing that's gonna matter is if you have a good enough Wi-Fi or whatever, to be able to handle playing the game decently. But just the convenience of like having one Xbox, but TVs that can play it, around the house, and you can you can just go. You don't have to get an S to put it in another room or whatnot. I like this. You know what I mean? And I was waiting for it. I was waiting to see exactly how they were going to do it. There has been like rumors of like some type of a stick, right, Ray? That you could be able to just put in the HDMI port.
No, that was something I think Mark was speculating on.
Okay.
I always said, why you would have a stick? Why not just have your TV be able to
Do it
play it?
itself.
Why
Yeah.
do you need a stick? Like, it's just a streaming thing. Like, you don't need a lot of tech to do that.
But the only thing I would think of, the reason what a stick would be useful is for people who don't want to upgrade their TVs. You know what I mean? Because TVs can be expensive. And if you have a perfectly good TV now that does like 4K or something like that, but because of Samsung, they don't want to update their software or something like that to allow you to get new apps. You know what I mean? To make you have to buy a new TV, then it's like, oh, well, I got my Xbox in one room, I don't need to do it. You know what I mean? I don't need to upgrade it. I got enough TVs or whatnot. So maybe that would be the reason why you would have like some type of a Google Chrome.
Yeah, that's a way to upgrade without having to get. It's a cheaper way, to upgrade.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you. So End Time Productions there got getting a little ahead here. Thinks it's the future. I agree. Like, so one thing that I always thought that consoles, the reason why consoles have a place in this world, and it's not just all computers, is primarily for game development to be profitable. Because if you develop a game, you want to make sure you know who can play it. Right. And when you have consoles that are just carbon copies of each other, when you have a PS5 in your house and I have a PS5 in my house, every developer knows exactly what power you have available to you to produce a game. Exactly. If everyone just has PCs, everyone has a different power PC in their house. No two are the same, basically. But with a console, everyone has the exact same carbon copy. And when you sell, like, for instance, PS3, or PS4s, 120 million of them, then you have developers who all want to make games for your console because they know there's at least 120
I can reach 120 million people if possible.
Can play this game. Yeah, that I know can play this game. Right. And that's always been like the one area that consoles have always been my strongest argument for why consoles should exist in the world. It's for me, it's almost a sure-proof argument. Because you as a game developer, you have to be assured that you have an audience to sell to. Right? Yeah. That you know that your game is going to play on the vast majority of consumers. You need to know that. And you don't with PC. And so console always had that. However, the reason why I think this is the future is because you don't have to worry about your consumer having enough power to play your game. Microsoft has the computer and they just stream it to your house. Yeah. So any game, it doesn't matter how intensive it is, any game can be streamed to your house. So long as you have, like you mentioned, a strong enough internet connection, you can stream any high quality. It could be the highest graphical output you've ever seen in your life. It could be that train station in Unreal Engine 5 streamed right to your house without any hardware at all except your internet connection.
Yeah, that's going to be tough, though, to get that train station, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you have a good enough internet connection, that's enough. Yeah. That is why this to me is the death of consoles, dude. Like, this is the end of consoles. And you and I have both played Game Pass xCloud. And it's pretty good. Yeah. It's not quite there yet. That's why I think this console generation is still good to have a console generation for.
Right.
But in 10 years, when like they're thinking about the next generation, I bet you streaming probably will have caught up by then to the point where what's the point? I'll just buy a new Samsung TV, bro, right? I'll buy a 75-inch or 65-inch Samsung TV, and we'll just play all our games directly on the app. Come on.
Yeah,
You know we're doing that.
or at least allow you to be able to do something like be able to put like a little USB stick that just gives you a little bit more hard drive space to be able to load some of the heavier assets or something like that onto your TV or whatnot. And
See,
then
I like
there you
being completely. I think Microsoft wants to be completely out of the hardware business.
I'm sure they do.
They don't
But
want
I
to
mean,
have.
you wouldn't have to make like a USB stick. You know, maybe you have one. You know, that just allows less things to have to be streamed in. You know,
Oh, so you don't need it? It's just like an additional accessory.
Yeah, it would just be something that like so it's not so taxing, or that you're able to more so guarantee that you get better graphics because there's less assets that have to be streamed in. That there's a lot of data that's just able to be downloaded onto your USB thumb drive that you have already. You know, that
Yeah,
you
so it's just like an external hard drive or something that helps, or
Yeah.
like a RAM stick or something to
Something
help
like that.
buffer or something. Yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe as long as I don't need it.
I mean, because right now it's just it's solid. Its streaming is solid, but I mean, even playing on my my Series X, you know what I mean? Playing Tunic, something that really isn't that graphically taxing. It can give you lower resolution just because you're going off Wi-Fi and you're not hardlined in. You know what I'm saying? So that type of stuff, could suck. You know what I mean? And it's like I tried to play. I was playing Sniper Elite 5 through the cloud, and I was like, damn, man, I wish I didn't do that. Like I should have just downloaded the shit. It's like it's 80 gigs. I should have just downloaded it though, But I wanted to play it quicker and whatnot, and it's a big difference. You know what I mean? Like when you're going through the map and certain things are cutting out or certain things don't populate on time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That changes like the whole way that you play the game. And it's
and that's why I put the caveat in there, like give it 10 years, and I think we'll be past that. Because today I do think I agree. Like I want to download my games to my hard drive, like I honestly do. But I see the technology, I've played on it, and it's pretty darn impressive for what it is today. And give it 10 more years, and I think that this is the direction gaming is going. I think it's really cool. I love it. I love just having my television only. You don't got to have all these, consoles all over the place. You just fire up whatever game, you just browse, just like Netflix, like Game Pass, you just browse it. I think this is what Microsoft wants. This is what they want to get out of the hardware business entirely. Like that's the ultimate goal, I think. Like I don't know when that will be, but I know that is clearly the ultimate goal, and this is like a great direction. Also, like you mentioned, I don't know about you, you're probably similar, but I almost exclusively buy Samsung TVs because I just like their pictures the best.
Yeah.
And so this is like perfect for me because like my next TV will just have this feature on it.
Let's go have Game Pass on it. Yeah.
You're done, dude. Right? Yeah. You play Starfield. Right there, you're done. Like Starfield light games. Right there on your television, you're done. How cool is that? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I would just hope that that Microsoft is able to kind of make some type of a deal that Samsung is willing to go back to some of their older TVs and just create an update that's good enough to be able to allow you to download the Game Pass app on the TV.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Because
if they wall you out like that, that's gonna suck. Because I mean,
I thought I read certain smart TV models. Yeah, I think it should just be a software update. Honestly, you're just adding an app. All you're doing is adding an app to your television. Like as long as you have the app there and you have a strong internet connection, I don't see why the modern Samsungs, not like some really old one, but like a modern smart TV Samsung should easily be able to stream.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, even as long as it's smart TV, right? It's a smart TV. Let it be smart. Give it the update that it needs to be able to get stuff from the store.
I can totally imagine that happening, dude. I totally can see that happening.
Yeah, we'll see. I got two of them, so
it's like buying a console, right? Spending $900 on the television. You're like, I can't really do that right now.
I mean, you got to like an all-in-one, but it's a bit of an inconvenience because you're just like, oh, okay, well, damn. But it'll be one of those things where like, okay, well, future notice. I'll keep my same regimen now, but future notice. If I do want a TV, I'll make it Samsung,
Absolutely.
so that I can get that Apple.
And I pretty much only buy Samsungs anyways, so this is
Yeah.
fine. But I bet you this is just the beginning, bro. Like, in 5 years from now, it's going to be LGs and Sharps and Sonys are all
Everybody's
going
gonna have an app. Yeah.
yeah, everyone's going to have the app.
Yeah,
So
they probably just got like some
this
like
is the tip of the iceberg.
exclusivity deal right now or something like that with
Yeah,
Samsung. Just to
that's
get
all it
pop.
is. Yeah, which is great because Samsung, paid Microsoft for that because of why not? That's going to
Yeah,
make people buy a Samsung TV.
exactly. Yeah,
How
that's
much?
definitely gonna raise some stuff.
Yeah, it's like why would I buy a Sharp now? I'll just buy a
Yeah,
Samsung. I get the freaking Game Pass app.
yeah. It's like
It's like
shoot,
buying an
man.
Xbox with my TV for free.
Yeah, it's like I could get this Samsung, 50-inch, 60-inch, or whatever, or I could get this Vizio that's like 80 inches or something like that. But Samsung got the app though for the Game Pass. I could do it on a few extra
And
inches.
it's a better
You know what I
TV
mean?
quality than the Vizio.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, I wanted to go big, but you know what? I might reduce my
Tipping scale,
size
man. It was
just to
tipping
be
scale
able
for
to
sure.
get that app. But yeah, sound off in the comments down below. Does this make you want to get a Samsung TV, or you think this is kind of like gimmicky? The cloud stuff isn't really up to par, and so it's not really worth it yet. Maybe a few years down the line, it's very worth it. But now it's not even that serious. I can go into one room and I'm good. With one room. Or I'll move my Xbox into another room. Or you a baller and you just want to buy like 3 or 4 Xbox Series S's and put them all over the house. You know what I mean? Let us know in the comments down below. For the last topic, this is the biggest one, man. Summer Games Fest 2022, and they got a lineup, bro. Like they gave us a lot of shit to look at. And we're just gonna go ahead and kind of like go through it. But yeah, I think one of like the first games that was
They opened
shown
with
and mentioned,
Street Fighter 6. Yeah.
right? Yeah, was Street Fighter 6, and this was we had already gotten wind of Street Fighter 6. I think like a couple like a day or two ago, before this, that Street Fighter 6 was coming out. But they were showing like a new character and whatnot. So
Just showing off Guile. Yeah.
Right. So they were just showing off this guy.
It was kind of cool, to see a classic character, Guile, again.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, and the combat looked pretty dope too. But like I said, what got me excited about Street Fighter 6, of course, was like how they changed the open world up, to
yeah, that's what looked interesting.
This is just showing you a fight, America's Heroes back. Yeah, this is just showing you like, the additional Guile. His hair is hilarious.
Yeah, his arms are like freezing.
His arms are like tree trunks.
And his legs, man, like they just look smaller than the waist.
Yeah, he looked a little bit comedic to me, actually. I wasn't a big fan of like his look. I like the original Guile from like Street Fighter 2 and 3 and stuff.
Right, he looks fucking boss, man.
Yeah, right. He looks cool.
He looks like he's been in the wilderness, Rambo style, just like surviving.
Surviving.
And they came back to fight in this fucking battle. But yeah, man. So I mean, the graphics and stuff like that have always looked cool in these Street Fighter games, and these paint splashes and stuff are like really, really dope.
Yeah, I agree, man. And,
yeah,
it's interesting to me that they decided to open the show with Street Fighter.
Yeah, that
I don't know,
wild.
like where that decision. The hair is weird, dude. Isn't
the hair is wild, bro.
I don't know about that decision, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't know about that decision, but
yeah, I mean,
funny. Cool.
It seemed like it was just like a quick little thing to kind of throw out there, like one of the characters is here. I would figure that they would give all the damn characters, all of the old school characters. Like, why wouldn't you have them in the game? So it's not it's a big surprise. Unless I haven't followed Street Fighter, so maybe Guile was like not in 5 or something like that for some reason. Maybe he was he had COVID or something, but now he's back. He's top notch.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Like I don't follow him either, but yeah, I agree. Like I would just assume Guile was going to be in it.
Right, yeah,
I
he
would
was
not.
in all the other ones back in the day, so why
Yeah,
not?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, I would be more surprised about like a new character coming in. You know what I mean? Show
yeah,
me that, like a brand new one that
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
it's like
agree.
familiar from somewhere. Like you got Arya or something like that. Arya Stark fighting in Street
Yes.
Fighter 6 or something. She's in
That's funny, dude.
she's in Multiverse, right?
Arya Stark is a fightable character. That's so funny, man.
Yeah, but she's in that new Multiverse game, right? For the PlayStation, the Smash Bros, the that
I'm
other
not
one.
familiar with that game.
Yeah, they got like Arya
Oh,
Stark. They got Bugs Bunny,
the
Taz.
PlayStation All Stars or whatever.
No, it's like I forgot what it's like something multiverse, like PlayStation Multiverse.
It's a new video game that came out or something.
Yeah, I don't know if that's it.
Oh, there it is, Multiverse. Yeah.
No, I don't think that's. It's something. I'm trying to see.
So
It's at the Battler.
it's a battle royale like Smash Brothers.
Yeah. That Smash Bros looking thing.
Okay, well, I'll never play it, so
Yeah, maybe we'll get it for free or something.
probably.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so then they moved on from Street Fighter and then they showed us this clip right here, and this was
Aliens.
Alien Dark Descent. And it was obvious like when you first saw it, like, oh, okay, this is like some alien shit. The first time that they showed you the actual alien or whatever. So
Yeah, once they showed you the alien, like, oh, this is literally Aliens.
and it's like,
The
damn,
movie.
they're still going with
Yeah.
this, huh? It's like seeing another Predator game. It's like, oh, again? Like,
Yeah, they keep this IP going, dude. Like this
Yeah.
intellectual property, they just keep building on it. But like, I was expecting more of like a legitimate AAA, like over the shoulder, first person, kind of like Alien Fighter.
Yeah, this is like
what it was
this
looking
remind me
like
like
here.
Left 4 Dead or something.
Yeah, but like this is what it kind of looked like, was like an in-person, like over the shoulder kind of action.
Uh-huh.
And then what it ended up being, dude, was just a twin stick shooter, bro. Like I was so like turned off. Like when I saw that,
kind of like State of Decay almost or something, but on a lesser level.
Yeah, but it's basically like, you remember The Ascent, that game that came out called The Ascent?
Yeah.
On Game Pass. And you just had your dude running around. It was like isometric, so you're looking down at him, and you had your twin sticks. That's all this game is. Mm-hmm. So like you're kind of excited for this. You're like, oh, cool. Is this going to be like, Dead Space? And it turned out to just be, a standard twin stick shooter. And I just was like, oh, come on, man. Like, I'm so over those. Like these keep coming out over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like there's so many of these. And they just slap the Alien IP on there and think that makes it better. But like, come on.
Yeah, that solves it right here. Let's put this on there.
Like, watch, you'll see the gameplay right here coming up. It's a cool trailer too, because like when you see what happens here, like he like looks up, he stops recording.
He's like surrounded.
And he's surrounded by aliens, yeah. Like he's already given in, like he's dead. Like they're all dead around him. Like the people that were sitting there were dead already. He was just talking. And then the aliens come, you're like, oh, snap, dude, that's crazy. He's just, he's ready to die. He just records it. He puts his head down. Yeah. And like, that's cool, man. That's a cool story. And then they show you the gameplay. And you're just like,
nah, man, that dude went out like a little biatch. He should have died fighting, man. He should have been blazed glory, dude.
Look, here's the cool gameplay. There it is.
There it is. They gave you a smidgen of it. They showed you, oh, it's isometric, and that's it. That's
that's all you needed to see. Just smidget was it, and that ruined it. Like they tried to keep it as slim as they could. Dude, no.
They're like, shit. Maybe if we give it to them in a glance, they'll just think it's a camera shot.
You shouldn't have shown me that hand at all, dude. Like not even. Yeah. Like that wasn't helping you. So the top one is just a trailer, and the bottom one is the gameplay.
Okay,
so this is for the Callisto Protocol.
Yeah.
And now this was the first game in Game Fest that I was like really impressed by.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the same. Look at this is 100% Dead Space,
dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Like dead copy. But it's okay because it's the guy that literally invented Dead Space that made this game.
Right. So
So
it's
like
understandable. He
it's
really liked that layout, and so he's just continuing that
yeah, it works and it's
that
super
notification.
good. Like
Yeah,
they kind of like I don't know, in my opinion, like they nailed it. Like I don't see how you can do this kind of like horror over the shoulder version better than they did. So I'm
yeah,
totally fine with them, sticking with this model. And
for
like the
sure.
combat looked fun, man. Like the psychic abilities,
Yo,
was super
so
cool.
I got a question. How long ago was Callisto Project announced?
I thought it was announced last year.
Was it? Because I don't remember seeing anything about Callisto Project, and I maybe that's just because it was like it just flew under my
No,
radar.
I do remember. I think it was at a PlayStation, one of the PlayStation
Dude,
events.
it's still got that same little railgun that just
Yeah,
is like for like taking appendages off and stuff.
even the way he swings and hits, the melee
Yeah,
attacks is like the
yeah, man.
exact same motion, right?
Yeah, he's aiming
And
for the
like
legs to try to take
aiming
the
for the
legs off, so he
yeah,
won't
he's
be able
trying
to
to
run
take.
too quick.
I like the
Yeah,
dodge right there. That dodge was dope. You see him
hmm
do that little back
yeah,
dodge.
look,
That seemed
yeah,
like a
yeah.
new kind of addition there. That dodge, and then I loved how he went up here and like loop, like kicked him. That's
I
so
love
sweet.
ragdolls, man. Yeah, they said that this
Yeah,
is like a really gruesome game, So they like the trailer that they showed was just like I guess like extended gore, like
dude,
extra
the end of
gore.
this gameplay is like, whoa,
Dude, that was crazy. I mean,
dude, wasn't it
he said
nuts?
he announced that it was like one of the ways. Like now, this suit right here, like looks just like it was an
Screams Dead Space.
upgraded
Yeah,
Death
it
Space suit
screams Dead
because he was
Space.
always in this type of suit, and it was always a prisoner. That Dead Space was a prisoner, the main protagonist or whatnot. But yeah, man, when he was announcing it and whatnot, and he was showing it, he seemed like really enthused about the game, and I liked that. You know what I mean? He was like really proud of it and whatnot.
I love
And
this. He throws him in the fan. Perfect.
yeah, and he
I
just
love
like
that, dude.
shredded up.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
and he said that something was gonna pop off with like a horrible death, so that they have many
Right
of them.
here.
But
Here
this
it
was
is,
like
man.
unexpected, dude. Like, oh
Yeah.
my
You're like,
gosh.
whoa, dude. And the face, the
Yeah, the
face
way
and
he
the
was
emotion
when
was
he
like
went
so
in there, man.
authentic. It was so authentic, dude. Like it was like, his face is like perfect. Like look at his
Yeah,
yeah, we watch his face here,
he
dude.
just
Like
gets
it's like
hit, boom.
and like
He's
you
like,
see his face, he's like, ah,
ooh,
get
just
out. He's
shredded his
trying
head,
so hard to
dude.
survive.
The
Oh
shit
my
shredded the
gosh.
gun too. The guns didn't even
Yeah,
stand a chance.
yeah. That was an incredible gameplay reveal. I thought that was
Yeah,
high
man, that
quality.
was.
I was like, okay, now I get it. Now I get why they announced the pre-orders like it was something special. I was like, this is just like an indie. Why do I care about the pre-orders being announced? Like, who cares?
Yeah,
Now I get it. Now I see why I would want to buy that game. Like, I get it now.
because it's gruesome as shit.
It's
Yeah,
well made. Yeah, it's incredibly well made.
yeah, and I could just like, that's definitely gotta suck. You know what I mean? Like you're just playing, and you got close
You
to
think
something
you're
that was
fine?
dangerous, and
I know,
you just get bumped into
you're like,
death. Like
whoa. You can just
you're completely full health, and you just got sucked into something that's just an instant kill. Like you have to really be aware of your surroundings. But I respect that because that's like the same thing of like that just reminds me of Elden Ring or Dark Souls. You know what I mean? Where
Mhm.
if you're not paying attention to where you're strafing, you'll just fall right off the map. Like the the end of the platform that you're on will just be gone and you'll fall right off. It's no barrier protecting you or anything. So that's crazy. And I'm sure with that same thing, you should be able to like pick up somebody and then bring them over to it and then just sucks
Yeah,
them in and
that's what I
shreds them
love
and shit.
too, man. Like the environment, using the environment as a weapon, but I like how like it's consistent.
Yeah.
Like you're
Anybody can
mentioning,
get it.
like I threw him into the fan, but dude, I can get caught in the fan too, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm just as susceptible as the villain, you know?
Right. Yeah. I'm wondering what would happen if you got like if like that big dude were to like run at you and you were standing in front of that fan. If you were to
You
get
get
hit
chopped
back
up,
and
bro.
then just get
Yeah, I
pulled into
wonder
that
how
fan.
many like animations they made, right? Yeah, for like all the different environment things that feel
Yeah,
authentic
that'll
like that.
definitely be interesting to see how many times you can die. Because I that was one of the things that I loved too about The Last of Us Part Two is some of the different shots of when you got just overtaken
Yeah, the death
by
animation.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like
Mhm.
God, it was bad. Like that one boss that was down in
Yeah, tore you
the
apart.
ground zero. Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was
dude.
just like an instant death. It caught you, like
Yeah,
it would tear your arms and then
I
just like
know. I
yeah,
know, dude.
just bite your face
I
off.
know,
Like
and
yeah,
it's just like this, like, all the facial expressions are all real and authentic. You're like, "Oh
yeah.
my gosh." That just
Yeah,
makes it that much more brutal.
that reminds me too, man. I was watching something around the same time that some of the first Game Fest stuff was going, and it was some guys talking. Some of the developers were talking about how they had made certain levels in The Last of Us Part Two, and they said that in that area they wanted you to not learn any new tricks with that. They wanted you to showcase how you can utilize all of your skills. You have all the skills that you've already learned at your fingertips. Can you survive? And so they said that they made the layout of the map to make it so like you were just like frantically running around and you could get encountered anywhere. And it was just about like staying alive. You know what
Right.
I mean? And you know, to kind of pump up your heart rate and stuff like that, you know, and then like, you know, how they incorporated the second monster that peels off, but like making it so that it just wasn't completely ridiculous, you know, that it served a purpose and whatnot, and different things. And they were saying like how like it was the like just the art form and just making that level, you know, as like hard as it was, you know, and just like can you craft on the go? Can you you know, can you switch your weapons?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Fast enough? Can you maintain distance? They made like your line of sight like way shorter than it normally was. You know what I mean? By incorporating like a fog or something like that. So like it would just look like the dude just appeared out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Because you just couldn't see him until he was
Right.
like a certain distance away and stuff. So that type of stuff is dope, man. So I hope
Yeah,
that I
definitely.
look forward to seeing all of that crazy shit in Callisto Project. You know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
So
great game.
yeah, so after they showed that, then they showed Modern Warfare 2. For some reason, I thought that they weren't doing any Call of Duty. Or was
Next year
that
they are.
2023? Okay.
2023, they're skipping.
So they had whatever they had planned for
Mhm.
this year. And
Yes.
so next year won't be anything. And then they're just going to revamp Call of Duty. And then
Yes.
2024, boom, they're dropped again.
Yes.
So, I mean, when I was looking at this, man, it looked like it would be a solid storyline to play. You know what I mean? It looked like it was good. I thought that level that they decided to showcase on the boat was pretty dope. I was actually surprised at how like all of that movement and stuff like that played like a big part. Like all of the metal containers sliding around everywhere and stuff.
Yeah, I like the metal container scene. I just felt like this was basically the same thing as last year's COD and the previous year's COD, and
Mm-hmm.
I felt the exact same way. Wow, this looks really impressive. That's one incredible engine they're using. It's beautiful looking. Once again, Call of Duty is nailing the sound design. It just sounds awesome. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. We can't hear the sound right now because of copyright and stuff because we got to talk over it.
Yeah.
But all those things are there. But I feel like they're still missing that RPG element, that feel, that change. Like rather
Yeah.
than just shooting a gun like an arcader over and over and over, mission after mission after mission. Like, why can't there be new things to collect, new things to attach to my gun, like new things to do, like leveling up, like giving me new skills to use? Like, I don't,
Yeah.
I just don't know why they don't do that. I
Mm-hmm.
don't get it.
I
It's
mean,
like
they
this is
kind
the
of do it
exact
for
same
you with
thing
the
as every other
multiplayer, don't
COD.
they?
The multiplayer has a little bit of that, which is why I always like the multiplayer. Yeah, you have perks and stuff that you get to earn, new
Right.
attachments you can earn. That's the funnest part of the multiplayer. That's what
Mm-hmm.
makes it so cool. Why won't they learn that for the campaign? Like this, it's just one small step above a movie, in my opinion. It's not
Mm-hmm.
enough for a video game. There needs to be more cool things to collect and do, like in a video game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As great as it looks, no denying that this looks
It
really
looks great.
good, and it sounds really good, and it looks real, and like it's just
Mhm.
great in all those departments. I'm just
Yeah.
missing some growth. some depth added each year, like something new to earn,
Kind of
something
like
new
a
to
way to
collect.
make your character feel like you. You know what I mean?
And
Like
yeah, that too.
you've
Like I
progressed
just
and
don't want
you've
to be
got better.
fooled again into buying another one of these because it looks and sounds great. I need to see something new, and that's kind of like where I'm at when it comes to like Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Like I really want to see that transformation of the series. Like a lot of franchises did it. God of War did it. Like and they're usually they work out really well usually, and Call of Duty still hasn't. And I know, to be honest, it's not gonna matter because like everyone's gonna buy it.
right.
Um, so it really doesn't matter. It's just I wish there was more of that to pull
Well,
like a casual like me in because I'm not into playing the multiplayer anymore. Like I'm not in that world anymore. Like that's kind of
right.
like beyond.
Yeah, for sure. And then so I don't recall seeing anything about this being on Game Pass, but we're all assuming that this will be, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I almost would guarantee it. I bet you will hear this weekend because
Mm,
they will own. Supposedly, if all things go through, they'll own Activision by the time this launches in October.
okay.
That's supposed to happen this summer, I think. The
Mm,
Switch. And so I would
okay.
imagine this would probably release on Game Pass, and that'd be like a
Right.
huge Game Pass selling point. So we'll just play it on Game Pass for free, right? So we don't even have
Yeah.
to really worry about it costing us anything. I
Hmm.
just think that they do so many things right to just not
If they could just
add some,
incorporate the
just
RPG element in
incorporate
it.
a little bit. Yeah, it would be so fun, dude. It'd be so
Yeah.
cool. I'd play it because look at these
Even if
exposures.
there was like Yeah, even if there was like a campaign type or something like that, where you had RPG elements in it,
Yeah, I
you know what I mean?
agree.
That could change the way you played it. Like that'd be dope. Like a lot of people don't play it for the campaign. They play it for the multiplayer.
Right.
So it's just like, why wouldn't you incorporate that type of stuff? But
Yeah,
I
have
guess
fun
you'd
with it.
have to have
Like,
a story maybe that you go through. Like I don't. It's been a while since I played them, but I think with these you end up playing like several different characters, right? Like just their parts of the stories or whatever,
that's how they always are, and it's like a
instead of
mission
just
select
one
screen.
character that's just going through in these different sections, and you're just playing his story and you're seeing him
Right.
progress or
It's like a
something. I
character
wouldn't mind.
select mission screen. It sucks
Yeah, I
too.
wouldn't mind being like a new character, a new recruit or something like that. That's put on his first mission, and you got to
Yeah,
excel.
and also like you know
You
how
get
like
better.
The Last of Us and like great because this is a linear game. It's not an open world
Mhm.
game. Great
Right.
linear games, like it's like one long cut. You're just playing through, and then like you'll have like a moment of respite, or like or Dark Souls. Like you're playing
Yeah.
through, and you'll have like these moments of like calmness where like you can collect loot, find some stuff. You might chat a
Rest a
little bit
bit.
with your partner, learn a little
Yeah.
bit of lore, and then you're moving on to the next zone. Like it feels very authentic that way.
Mhm.
These COD games are always just mission select screens. You're done with the mission, you're out of there. It cuts to like back to the present or whatever, and like you select your next mission, like a mission select screen. That's so antiquated. Like,
Yeah.
come on, we don't do that anymore. Like it's authentic now. It's one long, like you were saying, it's one long story with the same guy, same character. You're moving through the story, one
Mhm.
long experience. Like that's
Right.
what modern games do. But this was
Yeah.
super cool. I liked this scene. Yeah, this was really neat.
I like
How
this
like
idea. Yeah.
you can use the environment to like hide behind and like
Yeah. Some of
um,
your cover is gonna move on you, so
you
you
have to
got to
move
keep it
with it.
pushing.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you can
super cool
adjust and
stuff.
whatnot.
Yeah, super
Yeah,
cool
for
stuff.
sure.
They just just a few more change. We'll see someday they'll do that. I'm hoping, and then I'll really be on board.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That'll definitely be dope. Um, but yeah, the game looks good. And it's definitely something that I'll look forward to playing if it's on Game Pass for free. I probably wouldn't get it any other way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I'm just not that big of a Call of Duty fan. But yeah. So then they had like Flashback 2. Have you ever heard of that game?
No, I don't know a
Yeah,
flashback to it. That's not.
yeah,
Is
not
that
too.
the one? Fast forward that again. Fast forward a little bit of that. Yeah, flashback to. Is this the? Oh yeah, this was a remake. I guess this is like a new iconic franchise returning.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks kind of okay. I mean, it doesn't look
side
bad.
scroller. Yeah,
Like five, $10, I might play it, or if it was on Game Pass, I'd try it out. It looks kind of
right.
cool. But yeah, definitely not something that like I'm writing home about. Not bad.
Nah. Yeah.
I thought that was
So
fine. It's a cool game.
yeah. I mean, it's a an announcement, so not
I don't
bad
know
for
if
that.
having them run in the background like clogs up your RAM or not. I don't know if you still have the Modern Warfare 1 running or not.
No, I paused it or shut it down.
Okay, just good.
Yeah.
Now, Witchfire though. So when this started up and it was playing, I was like, dude, this is what I wish COD would do. It's like, see, now this is what I'm looking for right here. Yeah, maybe it doesn't look as good. Maybe it's not quite as pretty. Maybe it doesn't sound quite as good, but it looks fun. Everything is so different. Every ability, every shot is so different than just the same thing every time a bullet flying. Like, it's so cool. This looks really cool. Like, for me, I was like, oh, this is perfect. Coming after COD, I was like, now this is the kind of first person shooter I'm looking to play. Like, look at like how like every ability is like super cool.
Freezing
These freezing things, exploding things, dude. Like fire,
showcasing off all those weapons too.
Yeah,
That's
like
dope.
he's dodging, dude. Like he got all these abilities. Like this looks fun. Like this is the kind of like RPG first person shooter. Look at this. How this is. Like
you got to throw a bomb in that.
And like he's just blowing them, and then like he shoots the bell again to like put him to sleep again. Like it's so cool. It's so imaginative. Like
little chain lightning going on.
Yeah, chain lightning. I was like, this is what I'm talking about, man. Like Call of
Duty,
like
dope,
get
man.
creative, man. Like this looks so fun.
Is this the first time this has been announced? Because I haven't heard of this.
I know. I agree, bro. Like when I saw this, I was like, this looks so cool. Why haven't I heard about this before? And I was like, this is like, the Outriders game I wish like we had to play, like this just looks so cool, man.
Some Baldur's Gate
number one for as far as first person shooters go that I was most excited for is this Witchfire. Was super cool to me.
Yeah. No, that
and what I wish I would try. Some cool stuff, man. It doesn't have to be like that
early access soon,
but like imagine like exploding rounds or lightning rounds. I did chain lightning. How much fun that would be in like Call of Duty. Like implementing some of the stuff they did in Zombies, like into like the campaign. Like that'd be so cool.
Yeah, Zombies is fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it had an actual storyline with it and whatnot, that'd be dope instead of just waves. You know what I mean? That would be nice.
I totally agree. Yeah.
And then they had Fort Solace.
This is Dead Space 3. It's our third Dead Space game of the show. This is the one I think that what's the dude from who was the voice acted Joel in Last of Us?
Damn.
I think they say it right at the top of the game. I think this is it.
I can't
remember. Todd Baker, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Baker.
He's Troy the main character. Troy Baker. Yeah, he voice acts this character. And like just hearing the actors involved like made me want to play this game, even though it's like, come on, man, like another Dead Space game.
Yeah.
Like it's just space, you're walking over the shoulder, aliens. It's like the exact same thing as Dead Space. You can probably see right as you're watching it. Like it seems just like Dead Space in a lot of ways. But
that really over the shoulder view has always been really good. You know what I mean? If you're not gonna go first person, that like close, tight over the shoulder is like really dope.
Yeah, it's a fine view, but I'm just saying like it's just funny how like it's a straight because it's also aliens too and like space. It's like just a straight like
just that was short. That was short and sweet, man, but only for PC, huh?
Oh, was it only PC?
Huh. It looked like it was only for PC.
Oh, wish list on Steam. I thought they said it was coming though, but maybe not.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what it showed. People. Yeah. It looks like it's only on Steam for right now.
Yeah, well, that sucks. But anyways, like so, that was decent. And then this was the next Dead Space number 4.
Rookie is still live and is arriving Xbox and PC exclusive.
But it's on Game Pass. So that's kind of cool. Like, it looks pretty good, actually. Routine looks
that
good.
was just coming to Steam. Fort Solace is coming to Steam. But
But yeah, this one looks pretty decent too. Like, I mean, of course, we have to play this one on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Always love when Game Pass announcements. But the problem is, it's just another horror space game. So it's just like, oh my gosh, this is like the Some are Dead Space
Is
fans.
it the horror space time now? You know what I mean? We've had mad zombies and shit. Like you know, now we got space. You know, shit. You know, so
Space aliens, yeah. Now we're
yeah,
doing that now. Space aliens. That's like the kick we're on, I guess. Or like every developer decided to do that. Because it was funny. It seemed like this kind of all happened when like that Dead Space remake was announced
yeah, dude.
by
A lot
Unity.
of
Like
stuff
all of a
was in the
sudden,
works. It
yeah, like
almost
all of a
seems like a
sudden,
lot of companies have like the same idea and they're all working on it, and then it just so
yeah.
happens
And they
that
just
like this
announced it
big
at
name
the same
comes out, and
time.
they're like, well, shit. I
Yeah.
guess we might as well announce ours then. You know what I mean? Catch this wave.
I know, it's funny, man. Like it's like, oh my gosh, another freaking Dead Space horror game.
That looks
Although
good.
this looks like first person rather than over the shoulder, which kind of helps, but it's the
Yeah,
same thing, man.
I have no clue why my shit isn't. It doesn't want to go full
Oh,
screen
full
right now.
screen?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's hard to see, but it's flowing. It's not skittish.
yeah. There
Maybe
we
you
go.
can zoom in a bit. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Looks a little
Ooh,
peekaboo.
oof, creepy, creepy.
Just regular routine.
Yeah, routine.
Okay, so that one's coming everywhere, but yeah, Game Pass, man. Well, it's
Yeah,
not
Game
coming
Pass.
to PlayStation, I don't think.
And then another World Slayer, another World
You
Slayer
know?
trailer, which is cool. Outriders is dope.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of like we already know it's out, but you know, they just want to showcase it again. Let us know to make sure you go and get it.
Yeah, they're trying hard, right? Like you know that they probably paid for a slot here. Like they
Yeah.
really, because I told you, right? I think that the news came out that People Can Fly, the people that made this game, didn't make any money
Hmm.
off Outriders.
Yeah.
I think they broke even, of course, but they didn't make any. They didn't lose money, but they didn't make any money.
Right. Just because of the
So
deal that they made with Game Pass and
right,
putting it on there like that. Yeah.
which is cool. I mean, it's nice to make you for all the years you were developing this game, you had a paycheck for all those
Hmm.
years. But it also sucks to not like have any additional, growth after you finish the game. And
Exactly.
so they're really trying hard because this one you have to buy. They're not doing Game Pass again,
Yeah.
and they're
They
trying
said
hard.
so. No, they didn't make it so you could get like
No.
you know, you can get it for free for PlayStation Plus for a month or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like they were
Yeah, not
just
even a
like, fuck
demo,
that.
huh?
Nah, you gotta buy the bundle set. You know, if you didn't buy the game before, you gotta buy it again, $35. You know what I'm saying? Or you could pay $30 or something like that for this DLC. So that was definitely
Yeah, I
interesting.
think
You
I'm
know?
pretty sure if you have it on Game Pass, you can just buy the DLC. I think, right? Like you don't have
I
to
don't
buy
know
all.
because every time
I
I
know,
saw it,
huh?
it was saying like $35 for it. You know, almost like you just got to pay for the expansion, and if you didn't have it before, you'd get it as well. But tune in for the end game reveal, June
Oh yeah,
10th.
that's today.
I
They
mean,
showed the game, but I mean, we
yeah.
already know
So
what. I don't know why I didn't care to watch it because it's like in game. We already know what it's going to look like in game. We've played
well,
it for 100
unless they
hours.
don't do pods anymore. Maybe they change the way that the in game works for that area. You know, maybe they did
Maybe.
something different. But I mean, the pods and stuff were weird before. It was almost not really fun, you know, dealing with those. Like there was only certain ones that were fun because they could be completed in a certain time to give you,
Yeah, they
you
did drop the
know,
timers
items.
already, though. They dropped the timers.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
So that
they
was
gave you more time,
yeah.
or
No,
they
there's just
just
no
made it
timer at
so.
all.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That
Hmm.
makes me want to play it and then
Hmm.
actually play the other ones,
Hmm.
you know,
I
because there
agree.
was literally that one forced one that was like, or like one other one. It was like two of
I
them.
know.
Those
I
are the
know.
only ones we did
You
because
just
those are
farm those
doable
over and
in the
over
time.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
know.
it just makes it so like it's boring after a while. Like I just keep
Yeah,
doing
I
this
agree,
over and
dude.
over again, you
I
know?
agree a lot. Yeah,
It should
that
have
was the best change they made ever. Was dropping the
yeah.
timers on that game.
Right. And then especially if they give you bonuses for going to certain areas, you know, that are in like the center of the storm or whatever, you know what I mean? That allows you to get more loot just for doing them, you know? It's like, oh yeah,
Right.
well I'll do it. But before it's like if you couldn't even finish it, you couldn't even get the loot in time, you know? So it wouldn't be worth it. But Yeah, so let's see. Frost Giant Studios reveals their debut game, Stormgate,
So
free to
this is
play.
a this is an RTS game. This is like StarCraft,
Yeah, yeah.
and this is actually made by the people who made StarCraft.
Oh, okay.
However, they don't show any gameplay at all, dude.
Just cutscene stuff.
It's just a scene. It's just a CGI trailer, and
Mm.
then they show you like an art. They show you like art, concept art.
So yeah, this is the first announcement though, right?
This is the first time we've heard about this,
Yeah,
and I mean, StarCraft is one of my dad's favorite games. He
yeah.
still plays that to this very day. He
Mhm.
loves it. Yeah, and these are the people that made StarCraft, so I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a really good RTS. I just always have a hard time with RTSs because if you ever want to play them in any competitive level, like you got to be so good. Like it's so like actions per minute. APM has to be like so high to play RTSs, and that's what's so much like that's what's so challenging for me to like get into them. But I rather it be like a tactical strategy turn based, like Advance Wars, where I can kind of take my time and make my decision. Rather it be like real time. But this is a real time strategy game, so um, I'm not as interested. And it was a shame to not see any real combat, any real
Yeah,
gameplay.
they should. It should have just showed gameplay. They should have kept the story to themselves and then just showed you how the game plays to give you an idea, a better idea of that. You know,
Yeah,
but
so you're watching this trailer. I'm watching it. I'm like, dude, is this going to be some kind of like action RPG game? Because you
yeah,
get like
it
this
looks like
shield.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, watch. And she pulls a gun out and like she deflects with the shield. Like she has a new, she got like a piece of loot, right? Like,
yeah,
oh, this is gonna be like cool, like loot. You get a new piece of loot, a new legendary shield or whatever. And she's like
yeah.
defending against the monster. And then you learn that it's an RTS. And you're like, what? Like, this is so
Like
strange.
it doesn't fit this. It's kind of like I see it a lot. Sometimes like you'll see the ads for like these games and they'll have like some cool concept or whatever and it's like 3D or something like that. And then you go to download the mobile game and then it's like a fucking idle clicker or something like
Yeah,
that. It's like
yeah,
some
I know.
BS like dude, this isn't what you sold me on. Like why
I
the hell
know,
is it
dude.
the game that you're showing, like that? So it's just yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah,
This mech
so
would be cool though to control. If you had some type of a mech suit or something that was like an
yeah, like
upgrade.
if this was one of the classes you could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of the classes you could pick like the mech class, or the warrior class or whatever.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like, but it's not. It's an RTS, so it's like, okay, whatever. I
Mm.
mean, yeah, that's cool. I mean, that you created StarCraft. That means it's got to be a decent game. It's got to be.
Yeah.
These guys are very experienced, but
This is PC only, right?
I'm not. Yeah, it's a PC game. Like, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna go to play Stormgate.
Yeah.
I'm not going there.
Yeah. And then High Water, an indie strategy. Okay. Let's
Oh, I'm
see.
trying to remember this. I'm trying to remember what this one was about. High water. Oh, yeah. This is like the world has ended.
Hmm.
So the world has ended. They kept replaying the song kept saying the world ended on a Sunday. Like that was the theme of
Yeah.
like this trailer, and like it just like you're kind of just like floating around on your boat, navigating, collecting things. Not something that I'd probably like spend any time playing.
Hmm.
Um, got pretty cool art, pretty cool concept art though,
Yeah.
but not something I'd be into.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
boat's moving,
kind
man. Well, this trailer is quick.
of wow, this is a fast moving game, dude. Oh man, you see what I'm saying, man? Oh god.
American Arcadia, the Truman Show, inspired indie title. Okay, PC and console eventually, but that art style is.
Yeah, basically, this is a guy. He's caught in this city that was built to be televised 24/7,
Yeah.
and he's like trying to escape, and no one can escape. So they're trying to chase him down. And so you're
Hmm.
just. It looks kind of like Did you ever play the game Inside? I always told you to play that game, but I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. No.
Where all you're really doing is just moving your character through things. You hide behind shadows.
Oh, okay.
It's not
so
really
it's like Limbo and shit.
Yeah, Limbo.
In a sense,
Yeah. Limbo. People who made Inside made Limbo.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so Limbo is another good comparison. So this is like the Limbo. Like all you're doing is just kind of like navigating.
Okay.
See, like there's your character there and he's hiding,
Right.
You're just basically navigating and like getting through the zone. So it might be fun if it's short. Like you don't want these games to like overstay their welcome.
Yeah, these can't be long. Yeah.
No,
these have to be like a
3-hour
game or something.
Yeah, exactly. 3 to 5 hours and you're done.
Yeah,
like these types of games cannot be long. But cool idea.
20 hours just side scrolling.
Oh my gosh, yeah, imagine, dude, 20 hours.
That would be brutal, man.
No way.
That would be brutal. I don't even honestly, you know what? I'll go ahead and click it anyways, but I really don't think there's a need to
Goat Simulator.
Watch Goat Simulator.
Yeah, they don't even really show you any gameplay. It's just
what's going on.
It's just it's a silly trailer, man. Yeah, fast forward this one too. Like
I'll give him a 1.75.
It's the only thing that was cool about it was when you're watching it live.
Yeah.
You have no clue what they're about to announce. Like, so we're seeing each game that you get to see the title before you play. Yeah. Like, this is what I saw. I saw this guy here. He's like some nerd. He's like stretching and like smells his armpit. And you're like, what game is this? I'm supposed to be excited about this. Like, what in the world is this game? This looks so dumb. He kind of hits on a chick here. He's like a douchebag.
And she gets rammed.
Yeah, you see the
Everybody's getting fucked up by goats.
Yeah, and he's just like in his own little world with his headphones on.
Yo, like, what the hell?
This is Goat Simulator. You're like, okay, now I see why they're like,
goat poop.
And you're like, okay, that's pretty funny, man. So I was like, that's a good trailer. That's a good trailer.
Oh, but it's coming. It's coming this year. So that's the nice thing. At least that a lot of this stuff is coming out. And if it's on Xbox, then that's that's one of those that you might want to fool around with. Just something to BS with.
Dude, there's still no gameplay for this Midnight Sun.
Yeah,
it's coming out October 7th.
Trailer, dude.
And we just get another trailer, dude. There's still no gameplay. You thought this would be the perfect time to reveal the gameplay right here.
Yeah,
in June, a few months before release at Summer Game Fest.
Maybe they're gonna release like gameplay like later on.
It's another. I thought for sure when I saw this come, I was like, oh, cool, sweet. They're showing this game again. Now we can finally get to see maybe how it plays.
Yeah,
it's another CGI trailer, dude. Another one. It's like, come on, dude. Like, we've already seen a CGI trailer.
Yeah,
like that's something we've already seen. We know the concept already.
Right. I mean, they're just showing us more characters that they're having available now. They're giving us Blade and Ghost Rider and Wolverine. But I mean, we saw like a slew of them up, like on their banner or whatever. So we knew there was quite a few of them that were going to be in this.
Yeah, exactly. So this is like, okay.
Adding Venom. It looks good though. It's got a nice sheen on the skin.
Yeah, basically what this trailer is showing us is how the enemy is formed. Like this chick here with the green smoke, she comes along and she hijacks these heroes. So Venom doesn't get away. So Venom gets caught and she like inhabits him and possesses him. And now she fights for him. And so
now she fights with him, right? Like
Venom fights for her now. Yeah. So basically that's how you get all the
how the story goes.
Yes, like that's how you fight the Hulk. That's how you fight Venom, right? It's like, why would
PS5
I fight the
exclusive? That's gonna be hey, I don't know what the deal that was. I don't know what that was. It just decided to jump back.
Did it say PS5 exclusive?
No, but that's Spider-Man, boy. His ass ain't getting no Xbox.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
No way Sony's letting his ass get on Xbox.
No, heck no.
That's so cool. Then, God of War changed.
Yeah, Ghost Rider is cool, man.
Come on, bro.
Cool,
what's going on with this?
So then you're like, okay, you verse her, but then you see like, okay, here's all her heroes that she's stolen, right? That she's possessed. Her newest one, Venom.
Oh, that's Venom, huh? Man,
Yeah.
he's all devilish now. That's a cool
He's
little
all
upgrade for him,
devilish.
though.
And then the Hulk is all devilish.
Yeah, Hellboy,
Yeah.
Hellboy Hulk.
Hellboyish. Yeah, Hellboy, totally. And that's you're like, what? Still no gameplay? Why am
Yeah,
I gonna pre-order this? You tell
Doctor
seriously.
Strange
Why
skin.
would I see that and go, oh, I'm gonna pre-order that? I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, what am I pre-ordering here? Like, I'm not gonna pre-order something that I haven't seen. Oh man, I
Let me
hate
see what they
the whole
do with
pre-order
this.
thing, man. It's so stupid.
What do they talk about with this? Nothing. Oh, yeah,
It's just he
it.
fights Venom.
And that's it.
And that's it. Pre-order it. What am I pre-ordering?
Yeah, man.
You gonna try to reload the page?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to refresh it real quick just to see what's going on. I'm not sure what the deal is. Could be my internet. But yeah, Cuphead. Cuphead's been around for a while, man. So they're giving it a DLC. So
Yeah, it's called the Delicious Last Course, which is DLC.
That's pretty good, dude.
That's cool, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty funny, man. I've always wanted to check out Cuphead just to see.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was available at one point on Game Pass. I thought, or some way to like kind of play it free.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's just more Cuphead.
Mm-hmm.
You have a new character to play.
Okay. Neon White coming to Switch and PC. If it's coming on the Switch, it ain't gonna look that great.
I know, right? Like that's your first thought, right? Is like,
yeah. Oh, this is gonna look ass.
It doesn't look that good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so you're not wrong. Like as this comes up, you'll see it's just very. It's kind of like a fast-paced, kind of like a fast-paced action, I guess.
Comic or something, like an anime or something.
Like you'll see, it's like a first-person kind of thing. Like you're jumping around, like.
Oh, shooting. You know what? I remember this. This was like a long time ago that I saw this. I feel like almost like 2 years ago.
Probably.
That I saw this thing with those cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, like it's like a card game.
Yeah.
You like use the card that's like a gun or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This definitely needs to be free. Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't sure how I felt about it, man. When I saw it, I was like,
it was supposed to be like a speed running type of game. Like you were just trying to blitz through the levels, like really quick.
Yeah, like it's like a fast paced, like first person shooter card game.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Start on page.
Snap.
Snap, some shit went down. All right.
You know where you're at, man?
Technical difficulties. Let's see. Oh, there's quite a few still left on here.
Yeah, some might have to like roll over.
There we go. All right.
Oh yeah, we're on Midnight Fight Express.
Yeah. Developed by one person. Okay.
Oh, that's right. This game is kind of neat. It's coming out. Yeah, so like I agree with you. Like a lot of these games are coming out like pretty recently.
Yeah, and that's cool.
June 16th. This is August 23rd. So like all these are kind of like coming out like soon.
Right. Yeah, I did hear of Neon before, but I didn't hear of Midnight Fight Express. But it's cool that some of these are actually coming out. And giving us a shot like early.
Yeah, basically like I was surprised to see how this is coming out, but this just looks kind of like maybe like a twin stick kind of like action fighter, like a Streets of Rage kind of thing. Like I don't know, it looks pretty fun. I'd probably play this one. I don't know how much I'd spend if I would spend money on it, but like yeah, if it was a PS Plus.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, it looks pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a Hotline Miami, like but different graphics kind of
It
feel to
does.
it.
Yeah, it definitely gives you like a
Yeah,
Hotline Miami type of thing. That isometric view and stuff.
yeah, yeah. And like you have the different rooms and like
Yeah.
walls to like guard to not get hit.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it looks decent actually. This is decent, man.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think this is a perfect game for
Oh, it's
Slay.
like Game Pass, yo! It's like Game Pass
Oh yeah.
right there,
Oh
Game
yeah.
Pass.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. I'll play that for
Hey,
sure. I'll play that.
why not?
Yeah,
Give it a whirl.
Midnight Fight Express, like that's for sure.
And that's
I
an
don't care about
awesome.
Warframe. I don't know if you even play that
Yo,
game.
Warframes have been around for like a long ass time, man. It's crazy that they keep on dropping like stuff for it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh wait, this
Hawkeye,
one. Yeah, this is the same people that
JRPG.
made Genshin,
Oh,
I
Genshin
believe. Wait, no,
Impact,
no. Maybe that's Endless Zone Zero.
Zenless Zone.
Endless Zone Zero is the same people that make Genshin Impact.
Hmm.
Um, but this is turn based. It looks kind of okay.
It almost looks like it's Genshin. It gives like a little
It might
Genshin
have
look.
been, maybe the people who made Genshin did this one too. Like I can't. I think it might be.
All right, bro. All right, let's see.
But yeah, look at that. Is the graphics?
Yeah,
The artwork?
yeah.
That's
Nah,
Genshin.
the artwork
That's
looks
Genshin.
like Genshin for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you might be
Genshin
right on that.
for sure. Yeah, Hoyoverse. That's Genshin Impact.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Genshin Impact.
Yeah. So I wonder if this is free to play.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is.
That's crazy.
That's their cup of tea, man.
Instead of keeping like continuing to add anything to Genshin, you just make a new game.
Yeah, and space is a cool. That's a cool environment.
Yeah, why not?
To play in.
I don't mind that, dude. I couldn't get mad at that. You know what I mean? You every now and again you add new characters to Genshin Impact, and then you create another one. That's like a different story and whatnot. And
yeah, like I was thinking the same thing. It's like Genshin Impact kind of got away from us. Like it moved on, grew. Now this is kind of like a way of restarting. You can kind of start from the beginning with it. Like jump back in and like start right from the start, fresh. Like gives you a chance to kind of like re-enter their world again.
Yeah, and it's got the coming soon on there, so you don't have like an exact date. So
this one's also Hoyoverse, and this is another Genshin Impact as well. Yeah, but just like a whole new, it's like a whole new kind of like world.
Well, that other one was in space, so that one was kind of all new too.
Yeah, but this is like, it's
new,
just a little bit different feel.
It's like more newer than new.
A little faster paced.
So it's like new.
New. The triple new.
The trip.
Trip new. Right that new with that extra new on top.
But all these various different characters is definitely Genshin.
I know.
He's got it written all over it.
It just makes you like I see that like, oh man, I wish I could just find a cool character and stick with it. But that's the whole point of Genshin, just one. Man.
But yeah,
you gotta like shuffle characters. That's
just JRPGs like that, bro. Like you have like
how fast pace this is, though, dude. Look how fast this is.
Well, I'm speeding it up, but yeah, it's definitely a lot.
Well, I mean, she's like blinking all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you're speeding it up, but I'm just like, it's just a different kind of pace.
Looks cool though.
Yeah,
like
it does.
A little wolf
really
guy.
Cool. Yeah, it looks dope. Yeah, I thought this one looked really good. I was like, oh, I think I'll play this one. Like, especially if it's free to play. Like, this is probably like for sure.
Yo, man, if they drop two like like back-to-back years or something like that are free to play, like that's crazy. I think if anything, they just learned from Genshin Impact, and then just made the other one better, and then they should make the other one better.
Yeah, so this is just so you know, this Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Game Pass, dude.
Game Pass, bro. I'm gonna definitely play this one.
Dude, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like I did not expect this to be on Game Pass. Everyone was losing
this looks sick, dude.
Everyone was losing their shizdizzle, man, when they heard this was coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, man.
It's
the
like,
fact that you'll be able to play this.
Yeah.
Now, if you can get multiplayer on this, or you're able to play with somebody else,
players. Six players, dude.
6 is crazy. 6 is crazy.
Dude, the screen is crazy. They show some here. They show some 6-player action here. You're like, dude, I couldn't even see where my character is. Like, it's so crazy.
That's 4 right there. Yeah.
Yeah, watch 6
everywhere.
Dude. 6 is crazy. Yeah,
even 4
doing
all that
busy.
on freaking boards is like nuts. Skateboards and stuff.
Oh, here it is. There's 6.
There's a 6.
There's 6, dude.
Gosh.
6-player mode. Introducing.
Local though.
Dude, you're like, where am I? Which turtle is me?
Yeah, you just see green and shit. You don't even know what you
You
attack.
just see green.
This
Yeah,
just button mashing, bro.
You just yeah. You look at that. You're like, wait a minute, where am I at? You're just
Can
pressing
you play a
buttons,
splitter
dude.
too?
Yeah, yeah. You can play a splitter.
That's funny. Yeah, I'll definitely check that. I'll definitely be download that. I don't even know
Heck
when
yeah.
it comes out though.
16th, June 6th, like next week.
June 16th. Yeah. Ooh, man, Father's Day weekend. That's gonna be good.
Like next Friday it comes out, or like
Yeah.
next Thursday actually.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be cool. Super people. Cinematic trailer though.
Super people.
Let's see.
Yeah, like I don't even remember this game, man.
Chess.
Shoot. When it's just a cinematic trailer, man, it's so hard to like get excited about a game
Yeah.
when it's just a cinematic. Unless it's like, for instance, that Marvel, you can get excited about it a bit, like the Marvel Midnight Sun, because you know it's based from the people who made XCOM and it's Marvel. So like, oh, this should be like really fun. But like a game like this, when you don't know who the developer really is, it's a whole like world that we've never heard of before. It's hard to get excited about. It's hard. Like that Alien trailer from the beginning of the show that you played.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is really cool. It's Alien. And then you see that it's just twin stick isometric shooter. You're like,
yeah. You're like, oh damn. That's a bust.
You can't get excited from a cinematic trailer entirely. Like you gotta really be careful about it.
Unless you know like what it is or something like that,
Yeah, unless you have some idea, because otherwise.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip this one.
Yeah, skip Humankind. We have no interest in this. Okay. It's just like a civilization type game.
Okay. They've been putting a lot of those on the Xbox and stuff, man.
Yeah, but I guess you can also like meld civilizations into like one civilization.
Oh, okay.
So you can have like a civilization that has like primitive like sticks and stones, but also cars and like from like one civilization. Like you mix it together and like make a world.
So you can have like some Flintstones type shit going on.
Yeah, and like, but also like televisions. Like it's like you can have like a whole mixture of like things and all different cultures from all different times. You can like meld them into one as you like move through the game. It's interesting.
Okay, and then One Piece. Have you ever watched One Piece?
I have watched a little bit of One Piece.
Yeah,
probably like episodes.
It's a lot. Dude.
Yeah. This is a different take. I think every One Piece game I've ever seen is always a fighter.
Yes. So
this is open world, I believe.
Dude, if this is open world, man,
I'm pretty sure it's.
I'll actually be excited about this.
From what I can tell, like, tell me what you think. Like, to me, this comes off to me as an open world type game. Like, not just a fighter where you select a character and you fight someone, right? Like, that's what all the One Piece games always been like to me. But this one seems more like an actual game.
The only problem is can they give you a new story? It's a lot. Like One Piece is a lot of episodes. So if they just give you something that you've already played, it wouldn't be that cool. Now I don't know because I haven't watched a lot of One Piece.
It's its own story. Yeah. If it's just the game,
I don't even know who Frankie is. Nami.
Yeah, I know her. How much One Piece have you watched?
I'm watching it right now, so I haven't.
Oh, really? How far are you?
I'm only like to the Great Line, a little past the Great Line, so that's probably like around episode 70 something.
Okay, so you're about where I stopped.
Probably. Yeah. Zoro.
What made you start watching it? You just decided to commit to it one day?
My wife, she started watching it a lot, and then she was telling me that you could skip a lot of the bullshit of the ass episodes, like the ones that look terrible. Because I didn't want to watch it just because it just looked terrible, the animation and whatnot. It just
but the animation doesn't get modern for like hundreds of episodes.
Yeah, but there's certain ones that you can. Yeah, there's certain ones that you can watch that will just give you like YouTube people and stuff that'll just kind of like give you like a roundabout of like how the story went and stuff.
So look at this.
Every now and then. Yeah, that definitely does look different. That doesn't look like no regular ass.
Yeah, you're like running around the world.
Solving puzzles and shit. Yeah.
That seems like an open world game, right? Not a fighter. That doesn't sound like a fighter to me.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. Where was it? They showed just like a quick second of it.
Yeah, like how they like right here, right around here. I
So
think.
new encounters, which is cool. So that's new characters that you'll see and hidden mysteries. Yeah. Yeah,
It,
yeah. Oh yeah. That's open world. So
yeah,
that's kind of like Kakarot. You know
yeah,
how like Dragon
yeah,
Ball Z was
yeah. They're
always
going in
like
that
fighters?
direction. Yeah,
Yeah, and then you're able to move around in
yeah.
Kakarot. The only thing that I didn't like about Kakarot is that it was just the story that you've already heard. It wasn't any new story.
Right.
So, that was like the one bummer. It was like, oh, this is like exactly what I would want if I was to play Dragon Ball Z. Would just be play like a Dragon Ball Z RPG.
Hmm.
Your character get better or something. Give me a new character in the Dragon Ball Z world, and I can fight alongside Vegeta and Goku and stuff like that. But
Yep.
you're just playing the damn storyline, so it's kind of like Soul Hackers. It's another JRPG, and that one's coming
Yeah. I can't
August.
even remember this. Yeah, it's coming out soon, but I can't remember this one either.
It's a lot. I'm gonna do fast on like all of these, just because
Yeah, because we
we've
gotta
been
move
going
through
for
them.
a minute. Yeah,
Yeah, I just can't remember this one at all.
yeah. There's a lot of JRPGs though. They're really trying to touch
I did,
overseas, man.
yeah, I did want you to see that One Piece though, because I thought that was interesting that they were finally switching it from like a fighter to like an actual,
Yeah, exactly. That's a
game.
big change. That's a big change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
huge
that
change.
ain't really show shit. They ain't
You
even
don't
give
know what that is. Yeah,
you. No
this one
wonder.
right here, this Metal Hellsinger,
Oh, rhythm based.
is basically like a first person shooter that like you have to shoot in the rhythm of the music.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the music is playing, you're like choo, 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 choo,
Oh,
trying
I
to
think I
shoot.
saw this. Yeah,
You're
I think
trying
I
to
saw
shoot
this before.
and move like in the rhythm of the music, and like the
Music.
better you do that, the better your score is, the better like your power gets or something.
That's an interesting
Um,
take on the shooter, I guess.
yeah, I always felt like I would just get annoyed by it. It's like I just want to shoot these guys to death. Like I don't want to have to worry about trying to do it in the rhythm. Like
Yeah,
it
and you
just seems like
probably
a red
can.
meat.
It's just maybe like some type of a strength boost or something, or a reload boost.
Yeah, you're probably definitely
If you can.
penalized for not doing it right. Like they want you to
Yeah,
definitely rhythm shoot, So
or maybe they don't penalize you, but maybe they just make it so that you're you get way more benefits for being in rhythm.
right, right.
That would be
Oh,
better if you just get way more benefits. Quarry Campy
this is
Horror,
coming out.
June 10th. Like that's today.
Yeah, this is the one that is the spiritual successor to Until Dawn.
Mm.
Remember that game
Yeah,
where it
I
was
remember.
like the live action? It was like horror. You had to like make decisions, move around the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this
That one
game
was a
is.
tad bit slow. It was good, but it was a tad. It was cool, but it
That's
was
what
a
this
tad bit
is,
slow.
though.
It looked really
Same
realistic.
people. Yeah, the same people that made that one made this one. Supermassive
Uh,
Games. Yeah.
so it would probably be like what's that one game? Heavy Rain, in a sense like that too.
Yeah, they're a little bit like that. This one looks kind of interesting. Like the story might be kind of cool, though.
Hmm.
Um,
All these
definitely a
actors,
movie.
they got a
Definitely a
lot of
movie feel
actors.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
It was
Okay.
giving me a Resident Evil 7 vibe too, like with the family. Like if
Yeah.
you watch this, it's like there was like that family members in the house or whatever. They're all working
Oh,
against you.
okay.
That
Yeah.
big guy, yeah, the mom. Uh, yeah, like I was like, okay, interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just like playing a movie though.
Yeah.
So it's got to be short. Can't be long.
Nightingale. I'm gonna stop doing a full blast because it's starting to lag.
Oh yeah, I cannot.
Upcoming fantasy survival.
Oh,
I like
crafting.
fantasy survival, or I
Yeah.
like survival games. So let's see what this is like.
This one was decent looking.
I think I remember seeing something like this a while back.
Yeah. Yeah, you are chopping
Typical
trees down.
survival.
Yeah, starting with survival.
Yeah. But it's cool, like if you had, the survival aspect, and then you've actually got a story in it. So this one I might actually try to play this one if it's like available on a Game Pass or something.
Yeah, and it's cool. You got that fantasy aspect, like
Yeah, I think
I
just if you can have a story with it, and it's still survival, then it's even more of a purpose. You know what I mean? Like the survival is just like another aspect to the game. That you'll have to incorporate to be able to like get stronger and stuff. But most
yeah,
survival games are just like you're here, like survive. You know what I mean? But I would love an actual story with my survival.
right. And I hope it's like not multiplayer in the sense where someone can join you, but I don't want it to be like where you can be like attacked by like another group. I hate survival games like that.
Yeah,
Like I just want to play it
yeah. I
with
want to play against the environment or
yeah
like co-op or
with
something
your
like that.
buddies, but yeah, you don't want to have to deal with other people, man, attacking you,
Yeah.
just nuking your base or whatever.
And then we're not going to watch Saints Row.
Nah, I've seen it a million times.
Yeah, we're cool with that. It doesn't release until later. Let's see, a standalone demo. Oh, okay. So there's a demo that's available on Xbox and PlayStation if you would like to play that. Warhammer, 40K.
Oh, this is the Dark Tide one. So that's the same one that's Vermintide. This is gonna be on Game Pass. So this is gonna be like your Left 4 Dead, but with like Warhammer theme.
Gotcha.
It's pretty cool. You kill like waves of enemies. That would probably be a fun one to play together for sure.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Layers of Fears. Continue the legendary psychological horror series. Okay, so it's like a horror game. Something of that nature.
Yeah. I can't recall this one
I think
very
we're
well.
close to the end of the list too. So it's like some type of a little haunted house or something.
Kind of exploring it, yeah. Like you're kind of
like Diary of Edith or whatever it was. Edith Finch.
Yeah. Yeah. What remains of Edith
What
Finch,
remains? Yeah. There you go.
Or Gone Home.
Yeah.
You're kind of just exploring the home and like it's creepy. You're like whenever you're exploring the home in those games, like Diary, what remains of Edith Finch, or it is got a creepy feel.
Yeah.
But you're never scared because nothing's gonna happen. But they do.
But this bitch is made in Unreal Engine, bro.
This is gonna be like
shit's gonna look real, man.
Yeah, this is gonna be real creepy. I'll probably skip this one.
Yeah, you're not really a fan of horror.
I'm skipping this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, layers of fear.
Oh, that one comes to everything. So
layers of fear.
This is probably one that if it's got enough, hype around it, it'll end up being on Game Pass. And it'll be like maybe something I'll try out. I'm not even gonna play the Gotham Knights because we're just seeing more of Nightwing.
Yeah, it's weird too because it's Nightwing again.
Yeah, it's like you should have showed us Batgirl or something like that,
or Robin.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you already showed us Nightwing and Red Hood, that either means that Batgirl and Robin suck ass right now and they're still trying to work on them, or they just like, oh, Nightwing's gonna really sell this bitch, so let's keep showing him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what to do with this. And then this, your favorite freaking announcement of the damn day, dude, is God doggone Last of Us Part 1 just so remade.
Much. Look how good it looks, dude. Come on.
It looked good before. It's gonna look good.
Look at it, dude.
Dude.
Look at how dope that looks.
This should not be remade again, bro. I'm sorry.
It hasn't been remade yet.
It should not be remade. I'm saying it shouldn't be
remade. Re-released?
Yeah, it should. It's just they've done it too many times. They've released a version of it, a remaster or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like so many times. Like it's made it to every PlayStation console since it came out. like PS3, PS4, now PS5. Like, come on, my guy. Like,
It's so good though,
stop
dude.
running it into the
Come on.
ground. Like leave some of these gems on older versions. Make it that it's an enhanced version. If you wanted to play it and you have that premium, like give me that. But you're sitting here and you're trying to sell this bitch again with a PS5 title on it. And it's like, come
Yeah,
on.
you're right though. You know for a fact they're gonna charge 70 for this, man. That's
Yeah,
frustrating.
dude, they're charging full
It's
body
so
for this, man.
frustrating, man. It's so
And
frustrating.
it's a great game, but just get that bitch on the PS4 if anything. Like they just remastered that hoe like 2-3 years ago. Just get that shit on the PS4, put it into your PS5 and play that bitch. You'll enjoy it the same. Trust me. You know what I mean? I would advise you just do that shit instead of dropping another
I know,
70 on
man.
that bitch, man.
I know I'm breaking
It's
my rule,
crazy.
dude.
Yeah, you're definitely breaking my cardinal sin. That's a no. But that was it. That was it. That was done for the whole lineup. I think there was like
Man.
another trailer that had popped up, Evil West or something like that. But maybe we'll go over that some other time when there's more info on that. But yeah, man. I mean, the Summer Game Fest was a lot of info. A lot of games that were shown and presented, and it doesn't. Definitely with this, and then having Bethesda's Xbox show within in the next couple of days, I'm not really missing E3. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I'm not really
I agree,
seeing it
bro.
fall short. And I think the Summer Games Fest is like over an extended period of time, so there'll be like new shit like every week or something like that.
Hmm.
So there's always gonna be summer's gonna be chock full of news. It's interesting. It's almost like they say fuck putting out games. We're just gonna like show new games and shit we got going on.
Yeah, and
It's weird that way.
I think I liked this Summer Game Fest. I like how they focused on primarily games that are coming out within like the next month to 2 months.
Yeah,
Right,
I
like
mean, there was
very
definitely a
immediate.
lot that was showing within the next like 4 months that there was going to
Hmm.
be stuff dropping. So it gives you like, oh, okay, I see this, I can plan for this now. You know what I mean? So that's what I
Yes.
like. I hate seeing stuff and it's like 2 years down the line. Like you're not seeing this anytime soon. It's like why show it to me?
Hmm.
But yeah, so but yeah, I thought it was solid, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what type of bullshit Bethesda's gonna show us, and hopefully they can explain why they fucked up the year for Xbox. But you know,
I know,
we'll,
dude.
we'll
I'm
see how
looking
it
forward to
goes.
seeing what they're basically compensating us with. Like, what
Yeah,
will we get? Right? Like, what
right.
are they going to do for us because of this mistake?
Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, like I said, that's it, man. That's all we got for you guys today. We appreciate everybody who's popped in, stopped by, said hi to us. Everybody who clicks on this video, while you're here, go ahead, click that subscribe button and a like. We almost 300, man. We on that road to 1,000. We trying to get
Yeah.
there. Help us
Yeah.
get there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we appreciate all you guys. And until next week, we'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
Peace.
See you.
I love you, me.